Okay, who's still alive after that song? Hopefully you enjoyed that song. We're gonna play Dying Light the Beast today. Um, again, that song was Katamari by Fentanyl. Finding them on wplays.live was really good. I'm surprised that that's how I found them, but their music is surprisingly good. Obviously, it's very like you have to be into their music to enjoy it, but I really enjoyed it. Why are we playing this day? And what is Dying Light the Beast? So Dying Light the Beast was a Dying Light game that was announced at that game show. And I was like, okay, this is a cool little game to try out. I was excited for it because I was like, this Dying Light 2, I actually played like most of it. I'm pretty sure my playtime on Dying Light 2 was, I think, 30 hours, 40 hours. It was a very long time. I got very far within that game. And what I realized was that while it's fun, it definitely had a certain quality to it that I didn't really enjoy. Up until like the third map was the best map with the open city area with the glider and stuff and sort of the challenges there. But a lot of the time, the gameplay loop just sort of fell flat for me. Going in, sneaking into these dark areas, trying to avoid the zombies, and then trying to run away from them, and it just sort of became more of a chore than anything. But I enjoyed Dying Light 1. And then Dying Light the Beast gets announced. I'm like, okay, this is a cool game, but I probably won't buy it because it costs $80 or something, maybe on release. I woke up last night, yesterday, and I checked my Steam library, and I had the game. Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong count. And I had the game. Also, I had to restart the game anyways because the thing was like dying. I'm on my brother's account. And it was interesting because I didn't expect to have the game, and I was like, okay, did my brother buy it? Like, did one of us buy it? Because we share, accounts. We have like a whole family share system, and no, he didn't buy it. It's just on our accounts, and I was like, oh, this is weird. It's because I bought Dying Light 2, the bundle version, the deluxe version, the super version or something, and I was like, oh. This is interesting that I got this because apparently they were giving the game away for free if you got that bundle. Not really for free, but that was part of the deal. But I didn't realize that it extends even entirely to an entirely separate game. So Dying Light the Beast, you get for free if you bought Dying Light 2, the deluxe version of it, before it released at the very beginning of its life cycle. Which I didn't know. So now I have the $60 game that I was looking forward to that I didn't really expect to be able to play because I was like, it's going to be like $80 or something, which is it is $80 for the same cost of $80 of Dying Light 2, which is a game that I got 40 hours out of, even though I didn't really enjoy it fully. So seems like a good thing. Now I'm not going to play the full game, but I did want to check it out now that I have it because it's like, well, maybe it'd be fun for me to play off on the side, while I'm doing other things. Because again, it's hard to explain why I enjoy this game, other than it's the only game that has Mirror's Edge mechanics with zombies. Both are two very interesting concepts in my mind that not many games do. Motion sickness reduction. What are you, a pussy? Until the fact that the combat was actually very fun. It felt very similar to something like what Mirror's Edge kind of started, where your movement patterns and the way that you moved around affected how you would fight. Oh god, I need to turn off the preview. But it's interesting that they decided to go back to the first game instead of the second game and continuing on from there. So this is a continuation, I think, of the first game story, which I don't really remember what the first game story was. Instead of continue on from the second game's design motifs and story. So I don't really know what that means other than it seems like they have abandoned whatever it was that they were doing within the second game for this, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but this is not a good thing. I don't really know what to feel about it, but I know that is what it is. And I'm curious to see how this feels like, whether it feels more like the first game or more like the second game, because all I remember is that the second game felt much more grindy and tedious and a lot less interesting in many different ways. Like, it was very difficult to get into a good flow of the game. There was a lot of weird stopping points in the game's movement flow even. Like, there was just a lot of like artificial barriers that felt a lot like Mirror's Edge Catalyst, where it's like, compared to Mirror's Edge 1, where you're thinking of the puzzle aspect, Mirror's Edge Catalyst, even though the play space is larger, felt like your options in many ways were less because you were hampered by certain progress checkpoints. It was very annoying. Like, Dying Light 2, for me, gets so much better once you get the glider. And once you get to the third map, where they deal with way more vertical elements, the puzzles there are way more interesting. The movement and so the gameplay that is combined with it gets way more interesting. Because even the enemy like forts get more interesting within that third section. But by then it's too late. You've already lost most of the people playing the game. I feel like so. Trying to adjust the volume. Give me a second. This game is actually lagging the fuck out of me. Oh no. Oh no. Let's see if this game actually runs well. So we have survival mode, we have brutal mode. Well, yeah, I always play in the hardest one. Immersive. All widgets are hidden. Probably not. Defines you will be able to connect to my game online. What do you mean? I'll just leave it public. Who cares? Okay, is that a bad thing? Who's gonna join my game? What do you mean join my game? What? Okay, I thought there was gonna be a cutscene, but I don't think anything's playing. I can't tell actually. It's not frozen, right?
My name is Kyle Crane.
Here we go.
And I'm dying. How the hell did I get here?
I'm dying. Ooh, I didn't mean to laugh.
2014, a virus was devastating the city of Haran in Turkey, turning people into undead monsters.
Wait, maybe this is a continuation of the second game.
An organization called the GRE that claimed they could stop the spread and save the world. They lied. 99% of the global population was wiped out.
99.
Those left fought to survive every day, but infected known as volatiles owned the night. They were fast, relentless, and damn near impossible to kill. Miraculously, some of us discovered we had a form of immunity to the virus, but our fate was worse than the infected. We were hunted, captured, and subjected to brutal experiments. I've survived 13 years of this torture. But I can't take any more. I'm at peace with dying.
It's like the opening to a music video. It's a very nice piece of cinematography.
But I swear, if I had the chance to do just one thing, I would kill the bastard who's behind all this.
You know, I never understood the plot line. Okay, sorry, I'll talk about it later. There's like a specific thing about these plot lines, these types of plot lines that I always find funny. Well, I'll talk about it once the cutscene's done. And also, I'll talk about the scene as a whole, because this is actually pretty interesting. Though now I can't place where the game is.
Stable. Synaptic test on.
Why is the door opening? Hey, Jerry, who is that? Hello? Anybody here? I like how they I like how their ploy is to hide behind the curtains as if that's gonna work. Oh, but it does? There's no way.
Hurry! Help me, quick! Get him up! Damn, I can't get these cuffs open! Hold on! Okay, got it! On the ground, now! Fuck! You too!
Fuck!
Take him!
What the fuck is... Okay, I have so many thoughts about this intro. I'll wait till the cutscene's fully done.
Yes.
But the longer it goes, the more stupid it gets, and the more things I have to complain about this.
Dangerous. If he finds out... Yes, I'm in.
Almost there. Extraction complete. Stem cells ready. Proceed with subject Alpha.
Status report, now.
Extraction complete, sir. We're just about to administer the serum to Subject Alpha.
I'll do that myself. He's delirious.
He's running a fever.
It's remarkable. His body keeps trying to fight it. Rise and shine, Crane. How are you feeling? Not quite like yourself? Not surprising after what we've put you through. Though I must say, you've proven quite resilient. Too resilient. Stubborn. Rebellious. Which is why I'm writing you off. I found a new test subject, someone very promising. So I won't be needing you anymore. He's already more compliant and obedient than you ever were.
I'm gonna kill you.
After all these years, you still have some fight in you. It would be admirable if it wasn't so pathetic. Let's see what a double dose does to him. It could be lethal. If it kills him, so be it. A noble sacrifice for the greater good.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Not in this lifetime. Initiate the procedure. Notify me of any developments.
Understood, sir.
This is such a long cutscene. I only just looked at the time now. It's like a 10-15 minute cutscene. And it's actually well written and well paced. There's actually a lot to talk about this. This is a good piece of cinematography here.
Ready for subject beta.
I don't know if you want to have those needles on top of your head. You might want to move, man. Those needles on top of your head are kind of scary, man.
Damn it! He's waking up! Hold him still! Eject him! Quickly!
Is there gonna be more cuts?
Wake up. Wake up, damn it.
What the hell?
Oh my god. Chris, can you hear me? You need to grab the radio.
Wow, we actually get into actual full-on gameplay. Well, okay, can I talk about that cutscene for a second? One, that was a really solid piece of cinematography. Two, it's surprising that I can't place this game because I remember the name Kyle Crane, but I don't remember anything about the second game's character. I don't think the second game's character was named Kyle Crane. I think Kyle Crane is specifically only the first game's character, which says to me it's crazy because it's like, why did Dying Light 2 story not give me that same level of recognition of the name? However, the map being Haran and stuff, I vaguely remember bits and pieces of that. But there's something about like Dying Light 2 story which didn't matter. Zombies. The thing that's interesting about this is that because I can't place it, it makes sense why they do a cutscene like this. This is like an entire primer on what is going on, your motivations for it, and giving you. It's like the beginning of the hero's journey, right? Like this is the motivations of you as the character, and then it also just drops you into this very well-paced bit of exposition that is actually interesting to look at, with some funny moments that don't make any sense. Okay, so you have the initial attempt at breaking you out, which is interesting because they fail and they only send two people, and there's no other people who are trying to stop the guards or anything, right? You also have the idea of like, and I always find this funny within zombie movies and stuff. A government who's trying to save the world doesn't try to get cooperation from the people that they're going to use to try to save the world. Like I know that them saying no is bad and that you have to get them at all costs, but kidnapping them and forcing them to go through the procedures feels less viable than just asking them to bear with the pain based on some moral or some like reward based framework, right? Like it doesn't ever make sense to me why you'd be evil at a time like this, but it also kind of makes sense because that's the whole point of an apocalypse is like the downfall of like order, right? Then you have the continuation of the experiments and the failure of them, very cliche, going into the initial gameplay segment of who we are. And it even places us in the timeline with a very on-the-nose statement of, you know, after all these years, you're still alive. It's like, okay, now it makes sense where we are in the timeline and why the trailer for the game showed a dilapidated, almost like overgrown place. On top of the narration by the main character saying 99% of the world's population is gone. Very good. And that was 15 seconds of a cutscene. 15 seconds. I don't want the radio. I'm gonna crawl out of here. I refuse. I want morphine. Give me the morphine. Give me the morphine. Can you just crawl around? Like, how far can you crawl? There's nothing really stopping me from staying on the floor. It doesn't feel so good. I don't feel so good. Now, Dying Light is a game that I can best describe as Mirror's Edge if they added more gameplay. But not like Mirror's Edge Catalyst, except Dying Light 2 was closer to Mirror's Edge Catalyst than it was to Mirror's Edge 1. Whereas Dying Light 1 was closer to Mirror's Edge 1 than it was to Mirror's Edge Catalyst. It's interesting how different the formula was, despite being a lot of the same notes. But the execution of the various game elements supporting the game was like not as good as Dying Light 1. However, I still enjoyed Dying Light 2 once you get to the opening city act. That to me is like the best act of the game. But before then, it can be a bit of a slog. You really enjoyed the previous Dying Lights, yeah. I did too. Like they were definitely all very interesting and fun in their own ways. But I definitely felt like the first one was really good compared to the second one. So someone was shooting something, and there's a creature on the loose. That's it. Almost there. Take the radio. Again, not to say that Dying Light 2 was bad, but it definitely felt like it was missing something. This like je ne sais quoi from Dying Light 1.
Who is this?
My name's Olivia. I'm going to guide you out.
So you guess what the same character from 2? Okay, do you remember who the character from 2 was? Because I don't remember. I know the character from 1 was called Kyle Crane, but I don't remember who was the character from 2. A Soul is that their name? A Soul? No. Oh, okay. See, like that's the thing, right? Like everyone that I've talked to about Dying Light 2, nobody remembers anything about the story. All I remember was the first rebellion portion. I think it was like a rebellion, and that's it. Like I don't remember anything about the game. Only I will say this: Dying Light 2, it had some pretty cool. It had some pretty cool like puzzle jumping areas, like the church. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. A soul was missing in the 2. I get what you mean now. It was missing. The soul was. It was missing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and yeah, the church, like you could see bits and pieces of the formula from Dying 1 of that je ne sais quoi within Dying Light 2. Like again, the church, the Act 3 gliding zones with like the giant towers, but like most of it was just I don't know, it was just missing something that would help me remember anything. But I don't think this is the character from the second game.
But you need to go now, while they're still distracted by that monster that broke free.
Who are you?
Stop talking.
Don't worry about that. Just get moving.
By the way, radios, I have learned that you can't talk simultaneously. They like press the button. Cool. Blue light flashlight to stop them from going towards me. Cool. I'm hoping that this game has that je ne sais quoi, but let's see how it goes.
You're blocked, but I found another way.
I'm going to the vents.
I'm listening.
There's a ventilation duct on the other side of the room, behind the bed.
In particular, I'm hoping that the game's outside sections feel more interesting too. Like that was the one thing that I felt like the second game's outside sections, again, until you got to the third city zone, the outside sections did not feel fun. It felt more tedious than actually fun to move around in. Something about the first game's outside sections were way better from like a movement perspective as well as a gameplay perspective. Like something about them was just way cooler. Press T to activate your flashlight. Activating. I know he's in pain, but like it's so loud. Jesus. Oh my god. I'm also curious to see where the story goes, because like I vaguely remember as being immune from the first game, right? But then it's like, how far does that go? Because the second game, our character wasn't immune. He just had to get the he had to stay in the sunlight, otherwise he would churn. And then he had to get the like thing on his wrist. A change of scenery couldn't have hurt. Yeah, exactly. Like exactly. Like if this game is just the same game but a change of scenery, that like even that would help a lot. And seeing from the trailer of you being outside in like a foresty zone, I'm actually excited to see how well that plays out, because I think that's more interesting from a perspective of free running fighting zombies in, right? You being in a open zone in like a forest should feel a lot better with something like that, because it feels more dynamic, hopefully.
The doors, they should be open.
You're lying to me. You're lying to me. There's zombies.
What the hell happened here?
There's a zombie.
One of the Baron's experiments.
Who's the Baron?
Subject got loose and went on a rampage. Just
Can I hold his
keep
face?
moving forward.
I can't. It's also funny to me that they always underestimate the power of some creature, and they always end up
Room on the left.
going too far with their experiments, causing everything to go to shit, and then they all die. Hello, Chad. How are you? But I'm glad that there's another Dying Light in the Jory here, because it's very hard to explain to people what makes this game special, and it's only when you feel it that I think you understand it. Because the gameplay feel, it doesn't come through very well. It's only when you play the game that you realize, oh yeah, this is a fun in the game. Stay to me. Stay in you. This is how humanity will end, by stupid things that humanity does. So true. You know what's crazy, actually? Sorry, just to interject in the cutscene. Apparently, one of the original explanations for, I think, 7 Days to Die or something, was that the zombies came from a meteor, because I think the base IP that it came from, that it was originally written for, and this was cut from the movie, was that the zombies came from something from a meteor. There's no way. Zombies are gonna come from people. Yeah, I guarantee it. And I'm just saying, I have a sword ready. I'm ready for the zombie apocalypse. Me and Kentucky are going to live.
My heart's pounding like a motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what adrenaline does to you. Don't. What is even the point of wearing a shirt? Like, at this point, there's no point wearing a shirt. Okay, like, sorry, buddy. Like, this is Kyle Crane. He's gone through the entire trip. Whether he's the character from the first game or the second game, I don't really remember now. But if this character has already gone through the zombie apocalypse, they know a shirt is not going to save them from getting bitten. You might as well just be topless and just run for your life immediately. There's no point dressing up. It's like hearing that there's a fire in your home, and the first thing that you do is you put on your jeans and like a dress shirt instead of grabbing your dog, running outside. Even if it's the middle of winter, I'm just gonna grab my jacket, grab my dog, grab my wife, go outside. Can you imagine what's under the ice caps or in the frozen tundras? All kinds of fun games. And you know what's crazy? I saw a video of a dude who drank the water, like glacier water, while they were standing on an ice cap. And they said, look at it. It's so pure and so clean. And I'm like, buddy, you can't see bacteria. Like, I'm sorry, but this person was a time traveler from the time of the 5 humors. Oh, yes. The biles in your body are wrong. No, sir. It's bacteria you can't see with a naked eye.
We need to get back to the main corridor.
Also, I love how he says what now only after he puts on his shirt. Like, he only cares once he puts on his cigarettes. Sorry, just there's something funny about the voices. You know what? The voice actor does a great job of like feeling exhausted, but it's just the intensity. Good news, everyone! I've made zombies. Yeah, exactly. You have like a very Futurama Dr. Coda thing. Yeah. You can drink the river and creek water here, but only moving water. Yeah, exactly. Like only the moving water, because it gets filtered by the rocks. Like it's like. But the person doing this was not doing that. They were not getting the water that was filtered by rocks. They were just drinking, like, straight up basically dirt water. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, I was like, your life is at risk now because you're gonna get like a virus or something. If I go back to this room, does anything change? Can I do anything? Can I do anything in this sealed room? No? There's nothing in this room. Nothing? There's no reward for going backwards. Wow. Okay, you know what? I will say this. I think I judge games a bit unfairly. But the one thing that I don't think is unfair is if the player character takes time out of their day to go backwards, to see and like explore the zone again. Give them a little something. Give me like a little, I don't know, give me like a shot of adrenaline, like one little bit of currency, right? Just a little hint that you care about me. Why is there no collision? I don't think they expected the player to come back here. I don't think they expected any player to try to walk backwards here. Well, that's a funny phrase. Oh, the worst thing that can happen is that you need a new pair of underwear and pants. Yeah, exactly. It's when you shit your whole body out. Yeah. It's like, dude. Sometimes, like, oh man, last time, every time I have diarrhea, it like, I will say this. I think I prefer diarrhea over normal poop. I don't know how to explain this. When I have diarrhea, it feels like my body has been cleansed of all of its all of its ickiness. I don't know how to say this. It feels like everything that was bad in my body has now been fleshed out. Like every inch of my intestine is clean. Compared to regular poop where you get to like wipe it and stuff, it just doesn't feel good. And I don't know if that's crazy, but I feel like that for me is just the way that it feels like. I would rather diarrhea more often than I would regular poop. But that's also because I don't eat fiber probably, so fit. You haven't had that kind of poop in ages.
The doors aren't opening.
I haven't shit my pants in forever.
Hold on. Try them now.
In the background, as he's talking, he also grunts at the same time. He's like having a full conversation while he's also saying, I love these games. Wow, there's actually a lot of detail here. And look, our first zombie. That's the thing that killed all of them? I'm sorry, but you guys suck. That's the zombie that killed all of you. This is the person that was strapped in the chair. You guys suck. It's not that hard. When you get infected of that, so the story of the game is that our character is immune. So he specifically won't get infected. I think everyone else does though. But our character wouldn't get infected just from the blood. So again, it's crazy to me that they take people who are immune and then they torture them, and then instead of convincing them that it's good to help the world. Like, it's not that hard to talk to somebody. Maybe every villain is just a person with social anxiety who doesn't want to have a long conversation and would just rather be like, all right, just like tie him up and figure it out later. Like, I don't want to deal with this. How the heck do you punch a zombie and it dies? I mean, yeah, there's a lot of suspension of disbelief in this game. Because, like, yeah, a lot of things don't really make sense. Punching a zombie really shouldn't do anything. Why is his body... Okay, one thing I will say, though. When you swing with your right hand and the body flies left, that's really good. They actually thought about the physics of the ragdoll very well. Like, the physics of you punching things actually feels accurate. Because I don't know if you've ever punched someone, but when you give somebody like a right punch to their face, they do turn left. If there was a world-threatening virus and you were immune, your ego would kick in. Your ego! Oh, you want my help? Give me a copy of Metroid Prime on the Switch too. Otherwise, I won't help you. What is a console? Oh, cancel. Sorry. I was like, what the... Wait, is that an O or is that an A? The font is really hard to read, actually. The word cancel. I can't tell if there's an O and A. Let's go. I can parry you. For some reason, I can parry zombies, and I don't really know why. Console culture. There's no way that works.
The door on the left. Try squeezing through.
Recover my stamina. Recover my stamina. Don't just look away from me for a second. He grunts too much. He really does grunt way too much, yeah. I will say the combat feels very good. It feels better than the second game. The combat in the second game does not feel nearly as good. And I think it's because when you punch things, they move in the way that you expect them to. Like if you punch left, their whole body goes that way. It actually feels really fun to punch with. And for some reason, they bleed a lot despite being dead. Yeah, okay, this game, from a feeling perspective so far, combat does feel nice. I need a crowbar. Yeah, okay, why is the crowbar the weapon of choice for every zombie game?
But how do you see it?
How do you see the vents?
Corner. Keep moving. Use the ventilation system.
Yeah, but like, okay, so again, why is every zombie game based around this idea of crowbars, right? There's something funny about that, because anything could be a weapon. Like, you could just use this. I'm pretty sure a metal clothes hanger is pretty good too. It's solid, does a lot of damage, and it doesn't break because of Gordon Freeman. Both very good answers. Do they actually? I guess it makes sense that they wouldn't break because they're crowbars. That does make sense. The whole point of a crowbar is that you can pry things open, and if it breaks, then it's useless. And hammers break. How do I heal? I don't think I can heal yet. I don't think they allow me to heal. I actually might die. Oh, do I get the... Oh, yeah, chat! I can run now! I can, like, climb now. And you find crowbars everywhere. I don't know where you live. I've never seen a crowbar in my life. I've actually... I can count on my hand the number of times I've ever seen a crowbar in real life. I've only seen 2. I don't know where... I don't know what you're living. But I don't see crowbars everywhere. I see more hammers and wrenches, exactly, or like pipes. I see more hammers and wrenches and the pipes than I've ever seen of a crowbar. You have 6? You have 6 crowbars at home in different sizes. Why do you... How many times are you prying things open? How many zombies do you expect to like attack you? Why do you have so much crowbars?
The main operating theater. The way out is on the other side.
You know what? I do commend you for being prepared, though.
You're still weak.
I'm not weak. I'll show you.
Oh, shit.
No shit. Oh, shit. You use them in the forest. Wait, what do you use them for inside the forest? Because that's interesting. I would not have expected it to be useful inside the forest. Like, useful for other things, but within the forest, I would not have expected it to be useful there. Oh man, I don't have any stamina, so I don't have any more life, so I have to fight them like this. This is stupid. Oh, you fell trees apart. I would have thought you would have used an axe for that, but I guess that makes sense, because like, chopping wood is hard. It's easier to like just bend the wood out of the way. Thank you. I actually had no clue. That's a very interesting perspective that I never really thought of. You didn't know zombies die from punches to the crotch. Fun fact, zombies still feel pain. They feel pain just like you and I. So when you kick them in the balls, it hurts a lot. You know what's crazy? Every zombie wears pants. In most games, every zombie wears pants. In real life, you would lose so much weight from being a zombie that your pants would fall off, and because you're rotting, your ball sack would rot before your testicles. So it's more likely that we would see 2 Christmas lights dangling, 2 moose knuckles dangling from every single zombie, butt cheeks out, compared to what is currently being shown within zombie media. I want you to think about that. Come over here so I can beat you up too. Come on. Let's go. Come on, let's go. And you may be wondering why I'm beating up zombies. I just feel like I want to explore the map, and the zombies get in the way of exploration. Okay, it's a little silly. It's a little silly. This game looks nice. It is a very nice looking game, and it does feel fun to play. So, at least the feeling of combat does feel nice. And you use it a lot at home. It's a universal tool, good for everything. Okay, that is true though. Now that we have a crowbar, it is very useful for doing different things. Like, I'm learning more and more about how useful, because like any tool to pry things open is just very useful, because prying is the act of leverage. It's the act of getting like a fulcrum point and like pulling it like a lever, right? And so it's like, what do you use a lever for? We built the pyramids off of levers. You could do anything with a lever. It's good for everything. I know Kung Fu! Get flashbanged. Crowbar is good if you need to move heavy things. That's true, maybe like furniture. To be fair, I would have never expected to use a crowbar to move furniture. So, I'm not sure how viable it is. But now that you say that, sometimes like I have had to move things like a whole cabinet, and then I think to myself, because the thing about cabinets and heavy stuff, right? You want like a dolly or a trolley, but to put it on the dolly or the trolley, you have to tip the thing onto it without dying. So it's like, and to tip the thing, it's kind of hard sometimes, because like a cabinet that's very high is easy to like tip over, but something that's like very long but flat. So it's more of a horizontal thing. It's very hard to like tip over well. Prefer a hand truck. What in the world is a hand truck? I can't search my computer. It's too slow. So I'll go over here. Hand truck. You're not talking about furniture. Oh, all kinds of things you find around the farm. That's true. You do live a whole different life. Okay, you know. Okay, now I know. Okay, a hand truck. And now that I see a photo, the hand truck is a superior tool. I agree. Because a hand truck is just a giant crowbar. It's a two-handed crowbar. You know how like warriors in the games, right? There's like the warrior that like uses swords, and then there's like and then you have the barbarian that like uses the like power axe or like something. The hand truck is the double-sided axe version of a crowbar. It's actually just a crowbar, but like a two-handed version. There are so many zombies here. It's essential for moving. Yes. When my brother and I were first moving our stuff, it was really hard without the hand truck. It was so painful because it was so hard to carry things around. I thought my back would break. I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm not that strong in real life. My brother is significantly stronger, and even he was struggling. So I was like, oh god, I'm gonna die. It's got wheels. Yeah, how come there aren't more things with like wheels? Like okay? Is there a moving tool that is like a Roomba? Like, is there a Roomba version of a moving tool that can go under furniture? Because I feel like that's the ultimate moving tool. Is a Roomba that can just slide under a thing, lift it itself, and then drive away. Computer table with wheels. Okay, well, I would be annoyed, actually. Imagine you're playing Counter-Strike, okay? And you're on your computer desk with wheels, and you're trying to aim, and your aim is like this. Because it keeps moving left and right. Like, fuck, I can't get a beat on them. I wouldn't want to play that. Computer case with wheels. Okay, then I'd be kind of afraid, right? Because it's like, what happens when it heats up so much that your fans go on overdrive? Where does the computer go? The fans are blowing it. It's got to move somewhere. And then at some point, it's going to fall into your sink or something. I don't know. Perfect for a desktop. I don't know about that one. I'm kind of afraid. Yes, it's called a moving company. Yes, those drones that you're talking about. Yes, those drones that you're talking about. The drones that can move your furniture. They have feelings. It's called a moving company. It's called a 401k. These are employees. You think I'm gonna hire someone to move my furniture? I wasn't even paid to move my own stuff. Okay. I moved my stuff because I had to. You move your stuff because you get paid to. We are not the same. My hands are so raw. Your hands would be raw punching these things. Like, you'd have open wounds on your hands. It would not feel good. Is there really no items? I can just keep walking here? Like, this is... Why am I killing everything? I guess I was supposed to go quickly, but... like, there's no sprint button, so... I do move slow.
Now things are going to get tricky.
Also.
Tricky how?
You're going to have to go through the storage hold.
What the what?
The what?
It's where they keep the infected they use for...
Skyscrapers with wheels. You know what's crazy?
There's no other way around.
Sorry.
Yeah, Kyle, so sorry, but like the only way out. Okay, why did they do this? Why did they? If she says that the only way out is to go through the storage hold, what she means is that even the employees to get to work, they had to go through this room. Like, if the storage hold is a room full of zombies and it's the only way out, the layout means that the exit is beyond here. Which also means that the exit is the entrance. So people who are coming in to work as scientists in this facility have to walk past a bunch of zombies, try not to get grabbed as they try to eat you, and then you can enter the office. It's like walking through a war zone to get to your... It's like that sniper alley thing back in like Brazil or something. There was a sniper alley thing where people would go walk through a sniper alley where people would snipe them, like in real life, and then you would die. But if you didn't die, then you had to go to your 9-to-5 job. Like, what the fuck do you do? Like, that seems so stupid, but also, like, so painful. Because imagine, right? One day you will go, hey, where's Jerry? Oh, he got eaten by... He got eaten in the storage hold. Oh, man, that project's gonna fall behind now. The Sarajevo Sniper Alley, thank you. I knew someone here knew about it.
Hold on.
Yeah, it seems like a safe hazard. There's no way that's not the fire
The
code.
door's behind you. We'll go through section B. But be careful.
Wait,
Why?
what's
What am I
inside
walking
section B?
into?
Yeah.
Imagine a morgue where everything moves and wants to kill you.
Fuck, great.
Fuck. Whoa. I like how he's afraid of the zombie, even though he's been afraid of the zombie he's been seeing the zombies the entire time.
Anyone else watching?
Maybe.
Why is he walking so slow?
And then I guess I better hurry.
Also, it's funny to think about. It's funny to think about the idea of like it being up to fire code, because it's like somebody must have cared, right? Because this is the thing. The building is well set up. Like we pull a pipe off the wall, there's like running water and like power and stuff, right? And everything is actually built to like have some level of semblance of safety. Like even the hallways have these secure doors, right? So they care about starving fire of oxygen. But then it's like, why would you care about that? You're in a zombie apocalypse. What does that matter? Like you're gonna die to zombies compared to fire. Like there's no point wasting time. That was really weak safety glass. Yeah, none of this is safe. None of this is a good. Boom! The boom! The boom! Oh my god. I have no health. I'm dead. Get flashlighted. Get flashlighted. I'm dead. Why don't they let me heal? I see the button to heal, but they don't let me press it. They won't let me press the heal button. Yes, Kyle Reese here is just as strong. His name is Kyle Crane. Isn't Kyle Reese the kid from Malcolm in the Middle? Isn't that like the second middle child who goes to marry somebody and moves to Nineveh or something? I swear that's Kyle Reese. Oh man, Walter White's gonna be really mad when he finds out that his son's married. The guy from Terminator. Oh, sorry. sorry. Here in Canada, we watch shows like Malcolm in the Middle. See, this makes more sense now. This makes way more sense now. Besides punching people, this actually makes more sense from like a power perspective.
The door's straight ahead.
I like it when you don't have room to swing, it also gets stuck there. How, okay, every time you use that emote, I always get surprised that it exists. Because that emote, there's no way that emote's real. And look at this, how come that glass broke, but this glass, it won't break? I can't break this now? Oh, they ate each other down the bones. You can actually smush their head. Yeah, that's the one thing that I enjoyed about this game a lot. I really enjoyed that it was a very gory experience. Not that gore is a good thing. I don't want to sound like that singer who's currently being. Do you guys hear about that news about that singer who's currently being chased down because he had like a body of like a 15-year-old that was found in his car? Like that's a crazy story. And one of the things that he said was that he really likes gore videos. I'm not saying that I'm like that. I'm just saying that like there's something interesting about having that as a mechanic because it seems like it's way too much effort to have something like this. And it feels almost like hyper violent, but it is interesting to sort of look at and to play with. It's like giving something is the same way as smashing Legos. And I don't know why, but that's very entertaining. If you didn't hear about the story, search up the David story, D4VD. I was like, holy shit, what the hell is going on? And there's like proof of them hanging out. Like Jesus, I feel bad for that person. Like, not the singer, but the person who like died. Because like, man, you never know who's gonna take advantage of you, and it's all fucked up.
Take the lift up. There's an evacuation tunnel up there.
Yes, ma'am. Evacuation tunnel. Again, this is what you have to go through every day to get to work. Every day you want to go to work, like to get to your 9 to get to your 9 to 5. You have to go over here and then through all this zone to get there. The singer will become a prison wife. You know what? You know, I get the sentiment. I don't like to make jokes about that stuff because it's like, especially for that stuff, it's also bad because it's like that culture of like, you know, doing that to somebody. It's just as bad in real life. But I also get the sentiment because like he did that to a child, so it's like. And like as far as we know, that's what happens to people who do things to like kids in the prison. So your weapon's almost broken. Look for a new one. The Hyundai D4D engine, no, D4V, the suspected killer. Not the Hyundai D4DD. That story was fucking nuts. Okay, now we wait awkwardly for the elevator.
I'm working on it. Damn it. Someone must have locked it. Wait, let me try the emergency override.
I like how the camera pans over to the elevator. As if that's her eyes, which it is, but it's like she doesn't need to do that. She can see on the monitor whether or not the elevator is open based on the code that she enters, right? Like it's funny that she has to look over with the camera. You have zero empathy for people that hurt you. No, I get that. It's just a matter of like, I don't want to like there's zero empathy for them, but there's also a recognition that even that act is also like evil, right?
All right.
Like it's like it's like evil with evil, no matter the justification. Those kind of people should rot in jail, not those who smoked weed one time. Okay, but did you ever think about the fact that if you shared the weed, they wouldn't have arrested you? Checkmate.
Come on!
What? Motherfuckers! Ah, there's so many zombies! Ah! Okay, I guess I'm in zombie mode now or something. I'm not really sure what this is. Oh my god. I guess I kind of forgot that Kyle Crane is a zombie too, technically. And this is kind of funny to have because it's like, I get the point that they're trying to go for, which that if enough zombies bite him, then yeah, exactly, it's like Doom mode, right? But then it's like, his body just recovers after and he's fine. And so it makes me wonder, why doesn't he just let the zombies bite him all the time? This is pretty cool. I actually think this is cool. Gameplay-wise, the game so far is pretty cool. I think gameplay-wise, so far, the gameplay loop is nice, but we haven't done the free running stuff yet.
The Baron shaped you into something new.
Into what? Into what? A monster. Into a monster.
Get in, quick.
Sorry, the sound balancing in this game is all over the place. The problem is probably blood loss. Well, that's true. Unless he has nanomachines. Let's assume he has nanomachines or something, right? If it works in Metal Gear Solid, then it works here too. But I do like the Doom mode.
What the hell is this place?
It's a research facility where the Baron conducts his experiments.
I swear the Baron was a character within the second game too, and within the first game. I swear they were both there. No? Or like in like both games? Or am I misremembering? Because I remember in the second game, the Baron did have that one facility, and he did attack that one safe zone that was in like a pool area. I swear.
Time for me to go. I'm sorry.
Okay, bye.
You're own now. You need to get out any way you can.
I don't even know this the place, man. Find the hatch. Yes, chat. I think we finally get to do the free running. No elevated music. That's bad devs. Like, imagine the priority living in this post-apocalyptic world where you're in the elevator and it plays elevator music, right? Like, you install an elevator, use Dying Light with your Epic Games account. Fuck off. Request for no. Stop trying to like elevator music copyright free. And there's a zombie apocalypse. Okay, POV, you're building a facility, there's a zombie apocalypse. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna spend your time on? I know what you're gonna spend your time on. Elevator music. I would go insane. Like, if I was a person in the post-apocalyptic society, I would go insane listening to elevator music as I'm climbing, trying to escape. Like, I'd be like, what is going on in this place? This is hell on earth. Like Mass Effect 1. Yeah, exactly. Like, you just have this, like, really cool elevator music. Why don't elevators have elevator music? This is why. This is why elevators don't have elevator music, because it would just... I would, like, in the zombie apocalypse, you'd go insane. It's like, oh god, I keep hearing it. Why'd they install speakers inside the shaft? Sorry, the bit went on way too long. The bit went on for way too long, sorry. That was a very long bit. I have to tweak the volume a little bit. It's a little bit too loud on sound effects, but the speech is not loud enough. Actually, can you only get grunting? Is speech grunt? Let's try that. Let's see if speech is grunting. I was really hoping to hear like they should move speech like his grunting to the speech volume. You know, I actually really enjoy elevator sequences. I actually enjoyed the elevator within Mass Effect 1, even though it took real time. There was something interesting about the fact that you were in that space, and you had to wait for the elevator to get to the very top of that zone. Also, you're going to really enjoy the upcoming VRChat segment. Sorry, use while hanging the turnaround ledge. Yeah, then tap to jump to another ledge. Am I missing the wrong ledge? I think I'm missing a specific ledge that they want me to look at to go onto. Maybe this. There we go. Because we're gonna visit a very cool Mass Effect inspired world. Okay, the climbing too. It feels like the exact same climbing as within both games. So it actually doesn't feel bad. It feels quite good. It's nice. So, like, if you played either game, then you sort of know what to expect for the climbing and like the jumping and the stuff. The pacing is very different though. Like, the pacing does feel almost a bit slower, but I think that's probably just for now because we're still weaker.
Attention.
Due to a security breach. I know. Can't stop saying this about the security breach. I know. Okay, I'm just gonna drop down here. All right, I looked around just in case to be safe, but sure. There's no secrets, right? Are there secrets? Well, that's interesting. I didn't know you could even jump to here. Huh. That's a little... Huh. That's surprisingly freeform. That was the problem that I had within the second game. A lot of the climbing didn't feel as freeform as this. Like, it didn't feel like you had much options to play around with to do stuff like this, except for the certain challenge rooms that they had made. Whereas this is like, I really do feel like I'm able to just go up here for no reason. Mind you, there's like nothing up here, but at least I can, right? Compared to the second game where it was like, oh, you can't even do something like this. That's a very interesting change in pace, and it feels more like the first game now, which is sort of how it all started, right? So it actually does feel pretty free. Lockdown! Lockdown! No, I want you to jump up. There we go. His grunting is going to become a problem. It's getting me all hot and bothered. Your grunting's getting to me. I'm liking what you're saying, but you gotta say it. You gotta whisper it in my ears. There should be... Is there military-themed ASMR? Zombie apocalypse themed ASMR with somebody grunting and it's screaming because the zombies like eating them?
Oh, shit.
Oh shit. Oh shit. You have problem. Grunt into my ears, make me feel good. By the way, very interesting sequence because literally I don't even think it matters if we run. The door doesn't start closing until you get close. Do you see that? Oh wait, it does close. I'm dead. Sorry. Usually with these sequences, I always find them funny because usually it's very scripted and so it's like there's no way for you to lose. Sorry. I was actually kind of hoping that this would be a much more complicated, almost like free-form movement thing too, but it is just running in a straight line and pressing space every now and then. Listen, I just assume it's like every other game, okay? You can turn on and off the flashlight in a cutscene. you can do anything that you would do in the normal game in a cutscene. Why are you allowed to control the flashlight within cutscenes? Wait, that's amazing. Okay, you know what? Okay, solid intro, right? But the intro to any game always feels good. This is the new mobile game, Jumping Lights. Don't give them ideas. Don't give them ideas. If you give them ideas, they're gonna make that game. Hey, we saw the positive reception to Dying Light the Beast, and we thought we'd give you more. Join Kyle Crane and Jumping Light, a new game for iOS and Android, and Fire OS. You can play on your Kindle today. Jump and run your way to safety as Kyle Crane's son, Kyle Swan. Oh, you can't do the flashlight here. Oh, man. I guess like some cutscenes you can, some cutscenes you can't. I was hoping to flash the flashlight just make it feel all weird. Now, where are we?
Finally. Fuck.
That's such a funny combination of words
Hey,
for what
Are
he
you
just
there?
saw.
Do you copy?
Finally.
Did you make it?
Fuck.
I'm outside, if that's what you mean.
Grass.
Tell me what you see.
Fuck.
Trees, a trail, mountains. Where the hell am I?
Castor Woods, a small town in the Western Alps.
Western
Are you shitting me,
Appalachia?
Europe?
Oh wait, Western Alps in Europe?
But right now, you need to get to safety. The infected are everywhere.
So where do I go?
Downhill. Follow the trail. When you reach the edge of the forest, you'll see an old monastery. I'll meet you there.
That's not how pine trees move.
Who are you?
Oh,
Why
yeah.
are you
I'll actually talk
helping
about
me?
that after, because that's actually a funny phenomenon that I've actually
Hello?
thought about too, based on that
Great.
thing. So, pine trees don't move this. In fact, most trees don't sway like this. Even if there's like a pretty light, like unless there's like really heavy winds, like they don't go like this, right? But the problem is that if you don't do this, gamers have never seen a tree in their life. Like most gamers have never seen the outside world. So if you don't make things look like this, it's gonna look unreal. That's the funniest part. Is it looks more fake if you do it the right way than if you do it the wrong way. Same thing with water. Real life water looks like a graphics glitch. If you look at a bunch of waves from a large, from a tall vantage point, like on the top of like a ferry, right? It doesn't look real. It actually looks almost fake when you look at it as like a larger volume. It's actually fascinating how accurate the noise technique of generating like water movement is within CGI and like 3D games, and how accurate it is at replicating that sort of look without having to do things like fluid dynamics and the waves. Bracelets, jewels, hatch. Why is there a hatch over here? What? Wait, can I go back inside? Wait, I can. I can go back inside. Yay, loot! Oh boy, looter shooter. This is it. This is your moment to shine. This is your moment to shine. You can now talk about the looter shooter epidemic. I will say that was the one part about Dying Light that I didn't really enjoy was the looter shooter mechanic. Because the loot was very useless most of the time. Most of the loot in this game served no purpose but to be filler loot. Like a lot of the loot was just filler. This is different. This is different! I swear this is different! Of the looter shooter games, I even think that Days Gone had a bad version of it too. Where it was like most of the loot that you find is just useless for you and you just kind of have it because why not? Hey, look, copper ore. Let me mine this and then make a pickaxe. look at my shadow. Look at my shadow. Something's fucked up. Something's wrong with my shadow. Something's wrong with my character model. Why does my head do that? Why does he do that? He looks like those old-timey boxing photos of like people from the 90s or something where they're pretending to box, but his arm looks so small. And his head goes to the side. Oh man, it's more like a parkour game. I mean, this is a parkour game through and through. I think of the games that tries to match the feeling of something like Mirror's Edge, this is the closest one, right? Looks like a redneck model. I want you to know that Twitch flagged that because it talks about race or like ethnicity or something. Like Twitch considered calling someone a redneck a naughty word. That's funny. I'm just saying, like, you know, redneck isn't a bad word. Hell, rednecks call themselves rednecks. Have you ever seen r/redneck engineering? That's crazy. But it's like, listen, being a redneck is it's a good thing if you've seen what they make. I am surprised that they even had this that they have this ability to climb these mountains to some degree. Like you can actually climb the rocks to some solid degree. Like it feels like they're probably going for you know what it feels like? It feels like what they had with the with that one Assassin's Creed the game. It's better than that term. Yeah, it is better than that term. I'm not gonna allow that message though. But I do know what you're saying with that term. Exactly. It's a lot better. But that flower looks so natural in its movement. Yeah, but that's the thing, right? Again, you're thinking like somebody because you touch more grass than most people have in their lives. Most gamers never leave their mother's basement. Never. Like most gamers don't even know that this is a flower that exists in real life. Where is it? Where's the flower? Most people don't even know that that's a real flower. It's just a dandelion. But also, to be fair, like the thing about game physics that is hard is that everything is an approximation to sell you the illusion, right? It's just enough to sell you the illusion because any more would be too complicated and like too expensive, and it wouldn't be necessarily worth the cost. Like, imagine if you play a game that's about wildlife conservation, then I think it'd be worth it. But for a zombie game, I don't like. It's like most of the game you wouldn't care about the grass. You care more about the zombies, right? So it's like it's always a trade-off of how far do you go with it because it's more processing power for that, which then goes away. Which then uses up processing power that you could use to do stuff like driving zombie AI patterns, right? They're like movement and sort of how they navigate the world and sort of like maybe some special behaviors that you can program into like hordes of them too. The more that you do in one side, the less time you have somewhere else because everything runs on two main components, right? 3 if you count memory, but I think memory is now fast enough that you don't really need. Actually, no, I take it back. But like 3 main components of like memory, CPU, and GPU. So it's like you have to have it. Everything's a trade-off. And then if you target 60 FPS, you have like what 13 milliseconds per frame. So at least for this game, I don't mind it. However, also too, again, most gamers don't touch grass. Sorry, I've just been stuck in this forest for so long. The trees are swaying like we're in a category 4 hurricane. Yeah, exactly. Like it's they're not this bendy. If trees were this bendy IRL, they would not have survived for like millennia, basically. Because the whole point of a tree is to persist. The roots are strong, but also the trunk itself is very strong. Not to say that they don't bend, but it's like it takes a lot of force to bend trees. Whoa! And it's funny too, because at this wind level, we as Kyle Crane would be slammed against the walls, basically. Like this would be a wind tunnel, and we would be pushed back and forth. Get to the monastery. Well, I'm gonna go my way. I don't want to go your walking way. Your peaceful walking way. Wait, that's a real monastery. Talk about zombie games. Did I play Days Gone? You liked it a lot, and the Hordes. I did play Days Gone. I actually stopped playing because the mod said that she didn't enjoy the game. But then I realized, hey, it's my channel, not hers, so I'm going to play the game again. I actually got not that far, though. Like, I'm not that far inside the game, because I did mostly side quest stuff, but I really enjoyed that game, too. Of the zombie games, okay, of my tier list of zombie games, Days Gone at the top. Actually, Project Zomboid, Days Gone, and State of Decay 2 at the top. Okay, those zombie games capture different elements of like the zombie genre. Days Gone captured it was a very well acted, very interestingly written zombie story. Project Zomboid is just probably the best zombie simulation game that I played. Exactly, it's like number 1. Yeah, State of Decay 2 was a very good take of a zombie simulation game. Within like a third-person shooter framework, like very good, probably the best one out there, if not the only one that even begins to succeed on those goals, right? Then you have Dying Light 1 for a more narrative-driven, but also first-person take on the genre, with a lot of the fantasy elements of like survival and parkour and stuff, and also the map and stuff like that. After that, I don't know. I don't even know if there's other zombie games that were good. Hey, leave him alone! Leave him alone! Leave him alone! Oh, press Q to use the survivor sense too. So Q is, I'm assuming, the thing that you use to ping items and stuff. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm also surprised that this game is taking us to Europe, because it's like, I swear the first game was entirely within within the United States. So to see this here, this is interesting. I also don't know if it's worth it to use a weapon, because the fist fighting is very strong. Like, it doesn't feel like you really need to deal with weapon fighting. Wasn't it Brill? Was it Brazil? Or it was? Oh. Oh, you're right! No, you're right. It was, yeah. It was somewhere in South America. It was the second game where we left South America to go somewhere else. Yeah, sorry. Alright, because it happened all within Harkin or something, right? Harkon? I actually don't know where the third game took us. The third game actually did take us to like a more metropolitan zone. But it struck me that the architecture, like it strikes me now even that, I remember thinking to myself, the architecture is a bit interesting in that there's a lot of like verticality. Like it doesn't really point me to anywhere specific. No, the second game, the third area. Second game, third area. Like, you know how, like, the first area so first area in the second game is, like, the church area. Second area, I forgot. But the third area was the one with the glider. And then you, like, go there, and these, like, tall buildings and stuff. I think it was the third area. I think. But that was a cool area. I'm curious where that game took place. Honestly, I don't remember anything from game number 2, though. Like, the story of game number 2 makes no sense to me. Holy shit. European castles and crows. I guess I could go anywhere. You thought that I didn't remember anything. Well, if you asked me, like, the story beats and, like, the character's name and why we were doing things, I don't know anything. But the thing about memory is that you only care about the things that like, hit you the most, right? And of the things about that game that were good, the set pieces were really good, and the one environment was really cool. Like, again, the church was a really cool zone. I remember the jumping puzzle, and I remember the scale of it, plus what you had to do inside of it. And then I remember the set piece of the third level with the glided zone. That was just a really nice looking area. Look at me, wee. Kyle, don't play in the railings. You're gonna fall. Don't worry, Mom. I'll be okay. Oh no. Damn. What? It's like this person died camping, but it's so peaceful because there's like one zombie up here. You know what this feels like? I feel like I'm playing Peaks of Yore. I feel like I've just entered... This is a post-apocalyptic Peaks of Yore. Because Peaks of Yore was also within the Swiss Alps. Or whatever the Alps were. So it's like... This really does just feel like I'm playing Peaks of Yore, but zombies. This is a very weird callback to the... to the climbing arc. I got really deep into climbing games, and now we're back into climbing games with like Peaks of Yore and then Dying Light. And then now that they're both taking place within the same category or place of the Alps, this is pretty cool. Now you remember the gliding area too. See, like there's something about that area that stuck out the most to me, because it was just, it felt like a lot of the gameplay elements there were way more cohesive and way more thought out, fleshed out. Like it felt like there was way more solid gameplay in that section compared to other sections. Now it's time for you to sleep. No worries. Good night. Thank you for showing up. Appreciate you as always. And have a good night. Sleep tight. Keep your crowbar safe. You never know if the zombies are gonna spawn tomorrow. I don't think any of us are truly ready for zombies. Because one day you're playing Counter-Strike, the next day a zombie is like eating your neighbor. And then what do you do? Ooh. Friendly travelers. Beavers are one of the many fascinating inhabitants of our Casta woods. Oops. Nature reserve waterways. These shy, nocturnal creatures play a crucial role in shaping the local landscape and supporting biodiversity. While their presence is important to ecosystems' health, beavers are rarely seen because of their nature and preference for dusk and nighttime activity. These friendly animals once thrived near Beauvoir waterfalls, building their dams along its banks. Their presence enriched the local wildlife, creating habitats for many other species. However, a series of landslides and falling rocks forced the beavers to leave this area in search of a safer place for home. We're in Canada now. Are there no beavers within Europe? But also, maybe you're right, because the beavers left Europe in search of a safer place, aka Canada. The beavers are having like a town hall meeting. We must leave Europe for Canada. This place is no longer safe. We must cross the ocean. The majestic Beauvoir waterfalls rest under comforting mist of Beauvoir waterfalls, named after local intellectual and philosopher Camille Beauvoir. Born in Casta Woods in 1906, she lived her life answering to the hardest questions about life and its meaning. Having graduated in 1931 in the Academy of Villador, she came back to her family grounds. She's one of the most well-known intellectuals of our country until this day. Camille Beauvoir, through all of her life, supported the local natural habitat in Casta Woods Nature Reserve. In 1949, she donated part of her profits to support local wildlife. You guess in Canada that you have beavers, but also that logo looks like a Starbucks sign. Okay, now I can't unsee it, but you are right. It does look like a Starbucks sign. Yeah, okay, but what's funny though? Google Cabela's Pro Bass Shop. If you Google Cabela's Pro Bass Shop, every single logo looks like it's. I think Starbucks took and co-opted the nature theme compared to the other way around. Starbucks is posing as a fitness thing, as like we believe in nature and like health and like stuff. When in reality, they would skin beavers alive if they made the coffee taste better. Oh. There's a secret here, right? There's no secret. There's a secret here, right? There's no secret. There's no secret behind the waterfall, really? Like I know maybe you're going for like a more grounded approach, but really? Everybody knows there's secrets behind waterfalls. What? Look at a branch and jump towards it. This is the tutorial. This is the tutorial. Okay, also, this really does feel like I'm playing Peaks of Yore. It's actually Peaks of Yore plays the exact same way, except you have more manual control of your hands. Bad game design. Bad game design. It should lead you to the branch naturally with yellow paint on the floor. Where's my yellow paint? Why is there no paint buckets on the floor on the tree? I do find it funny that yellow paint was the thing that we landed on for trying to guide people within things, because like it's hard to fit yellow paint into every area. Like even in Resident Evil 4, like there was a lot of times where I look at the paint and I go, why the fuck do they have a can of yellow paint here? Because okay, think about this. How often do you go buy paint? And then how often when you go to buy paint, you buy yellow paint? It is the rarest color in use. I think the only place that really buys yellow paint is a children's hospital. And those kids aren't gonna last long enough to even like to even appreciate it. Not gonna last long enough to appreciate the way that the yellow shines. Well, the game designers apparently use it a lot, and that's why it's funny though. Because imagine this whole trail was painted in yellow paint. It'd be so funny to see. Like, I'm kind of glad that this game takes a nature approach, because it seems to force them to stay away from that as a tool to try to guide players, right? Because then obviously they have to think about how to guide players through like a non-painted way. But like, it's just funny in general that yellow paint was the color, because other colors I feel like blend in easier. Like green paint could work in way more situations. I need to jump over there, but I just want to see if I can break this. No, I can't. Ooh, ooh, my toes. Ooh, it's so spiky. Ooh, it hurts. Ooh, ow, ooh, it hurts. Ooh. No. I like how you can jump and then do like a downward punch. Like it's really stupid actually. You do a downward punch. You also can't do like a jumping kick. Is this a DLC? I don't know. That's actually a very good question. I still don't really know. So, it's a whole new game, but the way that it was presented, I thought it was like a DLC and a whole new game. But what's crazy is they give you the game for free if you bought the expansion pass originally for Dying Light 2, which I did. So they're giving away the game for free as if it's like an expansion pass thing. So the lines between DLC and expansion and full game are now so blurred that even the game developers don't even know. Now even game studios have no clue what to release things as. We need to go back, you know what I mean? Back to the good old days, back when like the Amish used to make handmade code. And we need to go back towards this idea of like games coming on CDs and then USBs. We bring back sneakerware, right? I see you at my local software market, and we trade USBs. You give me a copy of Blade, you know, the movie, with like, you know, but like a bass boosted remix. I give you a copy of Dying Light: The Beast. This is me in stealth, by the way. This is a stealthy area. This counts as stealth. The eye symbol says that I'm currently invisible. They can't see me from here. Zombies can't see me. I love these stealth mechanics because like in real life, stealth works very differently, right? But in games, you have to like gamify it because like it just wouldn't work it wouldn't work otherwise because vision is not the same, right? Like programming vision just doesn't work like that. So but to do stuff like this, it's funny that this is considered being in stealth. Like, hey, what's over there? You just see Kyle Crane just outside in the middle of everything, but because his 1 foot is inside the bush, oh, it's nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing there. I didn't mean to break it. Sorry, I didn't mean to break it. Hold 1 to equip the decoy. I need to take a phone call. Listen. Oh, that's the mark of a good gaming experience. You know what's crazy? Kyle Crane will never taste Coca-Cola ever again. if there's one thing that I know of, you're gonna see. Okay, this is the thing, right? People think that people are gonna organize smartly for a zombie apocalypse, right? The pandemic showed us that that's not true. So what do I think people are gonna organize around? Selfish interest. And what's a more selfish interest than Coca-Cola? I actually think there's gonna be a larger effort to take back the Coca-Cola facility from zombies than there ever will be to take back, like, I don't know, like New York from like zombies, right? Like they like all people really want is Coca-Cola. And mark my words, you think that isn't true, but it's gonna happen, and you're gonna see how it's gonna happen. Why are the cameras here? This would hurt your hands. No. I actually love games that give you punching, because they always feel unrealistic. Because it's like you punch the wall, but it doesn't hurt you. But I've actually played games before that did have that, and I distinctly remember thinking, "This is an awful experience." You know, look, because you feel like sleepy. No worries. Actually, can you type !lurk? There's a very specific command that you have to type in this chat to be able to go lurk. It's a rite of passage for everyone who like lurks to type that message. !lurk. How do you say lurk? Where is the items in this game? I also wonder how you can put your hands away, because I feel weird keeping my hands out the entire time. And I'm also curious why my stamina feels so bad, if there's a way for me to do stuff. So, decoys was my #1 item. I can throw this to distract the infected. Oh, but with middle mouse, because everything in my first slot is middle mouse. Right, I see. Okay, well, that was a terrible decoy. Hey! Wait, they actually are falling for it. They actually are moving towards it only. Wow. Uh-oh. I like how they stared at the decoy for years and didn't even bother chasing me, despite me beating them. Like, he's still thinking about it. He's still thinking about it. He's like, that was a cool noise. What are you doing? Stop. Oh! If you look away... Wait, I just realized, if you look away, I think they stop chasing you. It's like they slow down when you look away for some reason. You know what? So far, the combat, now that we're out of the first zone, it does feel a little funny in that... Maybe it's just like the parkour for now. It feels like the parkour... Like you're missing that level of fluidity that I feel like the second game did have to a large degree. And at the first game, I swear I remember the first game feeling way more fluid too. This one feels like I'm missing something with like the mixture of movement plus combat. But I don't know what exactly it is that I'm missing. But maybe that's intentional based on what they're trying to go for with the story and the themes. And also because I'm still early on, right? Like it may be that at some point later on I'll have more. Is there even a point to searching them? For old world money? So all the scientists try to go inside here. But I thought this was like a safe zone. As in, like, not their safe zone, but somebody else's safe zone. So, but maybe this is not like a common safe zone thing. What? Oh, because the door is closed, probably. Okay, we'll just climb up then. While climbing, move in a shimmy. Keep shimmying until you get to your destination. Get to the monastery. Oh god, it's so slow. Not that I'm asking for more speed, but it really is kind of a slow speed. Here we go. There we go. I guess that was one of the ways that you would have gone.
Do you copy?
Or that you should have gone.
Have you reached the monastery?
Hello?
I'm here.
I'm inside.
Okay, good. I'm on my way. In the meantime, try to get the generator up and running.
We have electricity!
Generator.
We need to get the power on and secure the building.
And where's that? Down there? Well, I'm gonna go this way then. I'll go up here. But you always slide down. Damn.
What the fuck is this thing?
That's really good. Because I was just wondering too, what the fuck is that thing? Well, alright, let's get the generator going, I guess. Ah, yes, the safe zones. Protecting from the infected, they contain a bed, a stash, and a workbench. Cool. Very, very safe. I can tell it's very, very safe. This is a really... I really enjoy my safety here. I feel so safe. Common throwing knife. Okay, good. I get what this game is going for. It's very similar to, I guess, all of it, because it's like you find items as like different rarities. That's the one thing that I didn't really care about, was like the rarity of items. I just felt like it wasn't that interesting. Like I wish more games stepped away from that idea of finding more and more incremental upgrades. Like, I would rather have more interesting, unique upgrades, right? Which is sort of like, you do get them later in the game, but they're so far apart that like the incremental upgrades feel like they dominate your view of the game, and it never really feels good to me. Like, it always sort of feels like, oh man, like I'd rather just get something cooler. Like, because like, especially because it's like a fake level of variety that once you see past the veil, it's sort of like, oh, you only really have the same weapon classes that you normally would anyways in a game like Doom, let's say. Like, in many ways, Doom feels like it has more games than more guns than a game like this, because you have so much variety of stuff to play with. Oh my god. 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 I can't wait until I get a machete. That's I'm excited for it. I love beating monsters up. That's a generator. I mean, I could just close the door. Oh right, because you have to close the door to keep it safe, right? Yeah. That's not gonna keep the place safe. That latch is not gonna do shit. And you can also climb outside. I guess this is your way in and out of the place. If you yourself need to go in and out, that's why it's a safe zone. Because you would climb in and out versus the zombies, which would have to go to the front door. How do I drop down? Is it control? Let's see. Meat locker. Hey, somebody order 4-pound steak? 4-pounder? Quarter-pounder? Sorry, I know that there's an objective. I'm just curious what these buildings have. Aha! Trash! My favorite. Oh god, there's like dilapidated zombies. I like how there's different archetypes of zombies. Like, I much rather enjoy zombie archetypes that are less left for dead and more stuff like this zombie's been rotting for the last several years. That to me is a more interesting premise, because then it's like, oh, you see the relative strength of the zombies, and then you can figure out how to deal with them. But it also doesn't feel like you're playing like a poor version of a fantasy genre game. You know what I mean? The two-handed weapons are a little annoying to use. Okay, well that's cool, man. That's really cool, man. Dear God, stamina is annoying. Okay, to be fair, I don't think most people are playing this on brutal mode. On brutal, it's like very. It heavily disincentivizes fighting, which is sort of the point of the game. Like, you're not really supposed to fight things. You're supposed to climb and jump around and like find your way through the map and stuff, so it makes sense. But the fighting is so fun that I feel like playing on brutal is a bit of a waste. Which is a very different mindset. Like, usually it would feel like, oh, playing on brutal is the way to experience the game. But for this game in particular, I think the combat is good enough that doing so and having to deal with the tedium of like such high health enemies doesn't feel nearly as good. Don't know how I managed that. I'm on the steeple. Oh god. The slopes in this game also don't really feel good to climb. Not that you're really supposed to climb them, but they feel... The slopes in particular can feel very unwieldy, because you have to like get on the right perfect angle to be able to climb them well. And also, some of these things you can't grab onto when it feels like normally you'd be able to grab onto them. Like, it kind of feels like there's like bits and pieces of this that feel good and other pieces which don't really feel good. I don't really know why. Can I just go inside, please? Kyle, just climb. Kyle, open window, Kyle. It's open window. Kyle. Oh. And a legendary UV bar and a medkit. Okay, let's open the inventory. The one thing I was afraid to open. That's me. Huh, hooded top. Well, I guess you're naked now. Alright, I just make it naked. Okay. The shirt does give stats though. Hello, chat. How are you? I presented your font updates. Did you want to give another font update? I think the mod is still asleep. She'll probably give hers later. And Lloyd Hentai was also busy with the work today. There's a skill tree. This is what I need. I need more efficient driving, that they burn less fuel. That's literally... You can now enter stealth by pressing C. Next week. That's true. Every week, next week. I'll update after the stream. Dash for as long as your stamina lasts. To move faster while running, hold shift. This only works if you have stamina. Okay, this is the parkour side. This is the combat. Beast skill. Roar. Roar. I'm a beast. Roar. Yeah, how is your day, chat? We're currently in Europe. That wasn't planned. That was not planned, sorry. This place is huge. Holy shit, this place is huge. I'm just sort of looking at this. This is not really a chapel or like a church or like it is a monastery, but it feels more like a villa or something. More like someone's like massive like mansion home. You fucked up your sleep schedule. It's 11 p.m. here and you just woke up. Haha. I like you did haha. The haha, that's how you know someone messed up, because haha is the universal way of saying fuck my life, but in like a much more sort of tempered way that doesn't cause alarm. Because you want people to know that you hate your life, but not so much that they're gonna call 911 because they're worried about you, right? It's like just enough concern that they're like, okay, like, you know, it's like, yeah, he's like he hates it, but it's not like he's like ready to, you know, to do something crazy. He just hates it. You love your life, stare. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Same system. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm oh god. No. What the hell is this? Why is it like a... Everything is so slippery at these spots. Because you're not supposed to be on slopes. The slopes are killing me here. Sorry, what was my objective again? Oh shit, start the generator, right. Honestly, it's just... This is the fun part of this game series, is that you can just climb anywhere. Like, this to me was always the fun part of the game, but now even more so, because you're just in this mountainous region. Like, you can just climb and go anywhere that you want. Like, you can literally climb the mountain now. This is pretty cool. Of the things that they could have taken this game towards like the pathways, I actually enjoy this concept, going more outdoorsy. Is this game good? The only thing you saw about this game is that the performance is good. I think if you like Dying Light, you'll probably like this, but not Dying Light 2's pace. It's very much... But I don't even know what pace it is, really. Like, I can't even recall Dying Light 1's pace anymore, so... But it's definitely a slower pace game early on. But it does feel like a Dying Light game through and through. If anything, it feels almost more like a Dying Light game than the second game. The second game definitely felt like a Ubisoft game. Which is not to say that's like a bad thing, but it definitely felt like it wasn't like a... Like, I feel like I'm having more fun exploring and trying to figure out what this is here. Versus Dying Light 2, where it felt like I wasn't really figuring things out. I was just going from like checkpoint to checkpoint, right? At least so far. I just think that this early map is still too early to really tell. But this early map is so well done that that's what it feels like. no Unreal slop optimization. If only Stalker had this performance. You know what? Okay, so I did actually check up on Unreal Engine, and I did look at sort of how the tools that you have in there. It's just, I think it's just gonna take time for people to get skilled with like using the stuff, right? Because like even reading stuff online and then going to go watch the various talks and read the documentation of something like, say, Nanite, let's say, right? Totally new technology, makes a lot of like hard promises, but is meant to be used in a very specific way in order to like realize those promises, right? Otherwise, it's basically not going to work. And I think about that because it's like, it's just a hard engine to work with because game engines are just complicated now. Like there's, I don't think there's any way to get any level of simplicity in them anymore, to where you could just make a quick level, throw it on, and it'll just work, right? Like it's not like it's not even like a Source engine thing where it's like in like Source engines you could just do whatever you want, build a couple walls, and as long as you minimized how much, you know, how far you saw things, and you only rendered, and you had like some blocks to block out like really far sides of view, like it would mostly run really good, if that makes sense. Like something like Unreal Engine it feels like just everything nowadays just requires a lot more complexity. Even within like something like Godot, especially if you get into like the like deeper end, you have to do a lot to make it run well too. So it's like, it's just, I just think it's just a complexity thing. Like people are just learning. We're probably gonna get to a point where people learn enough about it that they are able to make it work. Because it seems like so far, Epic and maybe a handful of devs are the only ones that can make use of their new features, which makes sense. Epic is like, they're basically dogfooding all of their own features, right? From what you've seen, Unreal defaults to less performant rendering techniques just to benefit from the tech like Nanite. Yeah, exactly, yeah. But like, that's also, I think like, but like that's the hard part, right? Like that's, I think, the simplification and also like the complexity that comes with using something like that is like Nanite, if depending on the assets that you have and the quality range that you're targeting, right? Nanite is a much higher performance floor that you have to get over. Like you have to do more to get that same performance floor. And on top of that, Nanite, it requires you to like use these alternative ways of doing things, because it's almost like an entirely different paradigm to rendering, which is interesting. Where it's like, it has very good scaling performance, but most games probably don't need that. Even something like this, it's sort of like all this detail is within the texture itself, but the walls themselves are just flat. So it's like, how much do you need, really, right? I don't know. But it just sort of feels like even a game like this wouldn't benefit from something like that. But that's sort of the problem, is like, I wonder if people... To be fair though, like reading the documentation is hard, and it's sort of the classic Unreal Engine problem of like their documentation is all over the place at times. But let's say you do use something like that, I think that one page does have a lot of caveats to it, and people are just sort of trying to figure out what exactly those numbers are and how far you can push it. And realistically, right, it's like, I'd rather them try and then learn versus never trying and thus never really learning, even if it does feel bad. Okay, maybe hard mode is a little bit too slow, but I do agree. Like it is like because it's like on the page for it. It straight up says like you are going to, you know, like you're giving up some things for other things, and then the performance benefit is really good at the top end when you're going really high detail. But otherwise, your performance is going to suffer if you're doing things at the lower end, and so it's like it's a trade-off, right? But that's just one example too, right? Of like one technique. Even like the baseline techniques, it's like how many people have like a good mastery of it. It's still hard to tell. And that's if this game even uses Unreal Engine. I have no clue. Maybe we've just been speaking like, I don't know, falsehoods. Maybe we've been saying lies the entire time, and then this thing actually runs on like on Ogre 3 3D. Now, this engine does not use Unreal. It's an in-house engine. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, like the one thing that I've noticed about the in-house one is that I still think as much of a as abrasive as Jonathan Blow was, like, he does make a good point of like, you really do get to tune it for what you have, but I think it's just a reality that like the demands are getting more complex, and some of this stuff is difficult to even into it. Like looking at the original talk from SIGGRAPH about Nanite, the intuition that led them to have that intuition about how to optimize render performance at those higher scales, that was pretty mind blowing. It's like, damn, that's a really good intuition that can only really come from somebody who's really heavily, deeply thinking about it over a long period of time and has a lot of experience working within it. And then it's like, well, at that point, do you have somebody like that for your in-house engine? Probably not, because they probably work somewhere else, working on engines only. So it's like, well, what do you do? And also, it's like, we see an example of it happening with like the Capcom games, right? Where it's like, Monster Hunter Wilds is still a terrible performing piece of shit, which I can't run. It keeps crashing. I can't even get a refund for it, which sucks because I can't even play the game anymore. Compared to something like, I don't know, like Unreal Engine, which, while it might be bad initially for the default, at least the thing runs. You know, so it's like not even an in-house engine can solve every problem. So like, even if you could tailor it and you have access to tailor it, it's not like that would even solve it. And arguably, it might even be better to stick with Unreal Engine in the case, because they do give you the source. They do give you the source to the engine for you to like do stuff with it. So there's not really anything stopping you from going in and using the source other than the licensing. But presumably, if you're going that far, you probably would have to license it regardless of what you do. All of this to say, there's no easy answers. All we can do is hope to mask the complexity so that we don't go insane ourselves. Because life is complicated. And I'm a simple man. And every day I get simpler. But life gets just gets that much harder. And one day, I'll say to myself, I don't want to deal with the complexity anymore. I just want things to be simple. That's the day that I die. Because what could be simpler than dying? I'm just kidding. But that's, I mean, it really does kind of feel like that. It's like, oh shit, there's too much complications. Oh. I didn't turn on the generator the entire time. Oops. Oops. Sorry. I was just so busy talking and like auto walking that I kind of forgot to do the main objective. Sorry. But yeah, all this to say, like, in-house engine or not, they've done a great job. But like, man, it's just a hard business being within games. There's just so much technical complexity and so much knowledge that you have to have and skilled to be able to use the stuff that I'm like, it's just hard to be able to do any of this well. And then the bar, the standard, I talked about this yesterday when we were watching Kino, is so much higher for interactive experiences because the consumer directly uses it like a product. Whereas compared to art, it's sort of interesting that like art by itself, because you don't directly use it, you can only critique it based on how it looks, and most people are sort of cognizant of the fact that they can't draw that, right? But even then, most people have a feeling of like, I don't like the taste of this, let's say, because it's subjective, right? But then it's like, for something that you use, because the use of it is something that everyone can experience. I feel like that does feed into this like false opinion of sorts and this false ability to be able to judge it fairly, when it's like the use of it is basically entirely divorced from the creation of it. Me playing this game, when you make a game, you do not need to do parkour. You do not need to kill zombies as you play the game, as you make the game. The person making the game is pouring over, like the person who drew the texture for this rock. Well, they probably didn't draw it. They probably like took like a megapixel scan or like something, and then they like, you know, edit. But the person who like made the they probably didn't even make this. They probably just bought the asset and then tweaked it. But like the person who made the zombie, right, poured over every detail, and then when they tried to cave the head in to explode the brain, They then went to the dev and then said, "Hey, it's not working when I hit this." And then the programmer, right, is like looking at this and then going, "Well, why is my code not working? They're pouring over lines of code." It's like so divorced from the game itself. But because you play the game and you're good at the game, it can fool you into believing that you're good at the game, but making the game such a different skill set that it has no relation to it. You know what I mean? Though, okay, but then the only place where this doesn't matter, I think, is specifically for balance. Of all the things, a game's balance, aka the tweaking of the numbers in relation to other mechanics, like the ability for you to play the game does apply to the metagaming of a game, where you would be able to say like, hey, this character is broken. I think everyone has an opinion on that stuff. Some opinions are more valid than others based on that, you know, idea of like some players are just better than others, but like a pro player, when they say something's broken, usually is that it's broken. The UV lights to kill the zombies and or like stun them, right? I've read about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm almost there. I'll meet you at the top of the tower.
Okay, gamer. Yeah, it's fascinating. Like the whole game business, just creation of anything at all, is a matter of masters that seem like amateurs, because to the amateurish eye, they can distinguish nothing but what they see.
Crane? Wait, just wait.
Who the hell are
Olivia,
you?
I'm the one who's been talking
What
to
do
you.
you want from me?
I want to help you.
What do you want from me?
I want you to help me get away from this place.
Were you a prisoner too?
More like slave labor. But I wasn't there as long as you. I can't imagine what you've been through. At least now you're free.
POV, you talk to your coworker, slave labor. It's like, buddy, it's not that serious.
Not yet. Not until that fucker pays for what he did to me. All the years he took from me, all the agony he put me through.
You want revenge?
Damn right I do!
But you're in no condition to go after him. And even if you could, you can't take him on alone. The Baron controls the entire valley. He has an army.
And I'll kill every fucking one of them if I have to.
All right then. I'll help you get your revenge. And you get me out of this place. But first, you need to get your health back. And I can help you with that.
Press H to use your medkit.
To rebuild your stamina. Then you'll need equipment, supplies, and allies.
Press I to open your inventory.
I'm sure that asshole's made plenty of enemies. Let's find him.
Not until you get your strength back. And for that, we need to find GSP.
Wait, Joy St. Pierre, isn't that the guy from the MMAs or like the UFC?
What's that?
It's a biocatalyst that improves performance. We created it in the lab.
You want me to go back into that lab?
Of course not. We can harvest it from the monsters the Baron created. He was testing some in the wild, including one right near here. Speak of the devil.
Such a tough hoodie. You know what's crazy? Again, so you did miss the intro. The game just gave me like I found the game randomly. You get the game for free if you bought the Dying Light 2 Premium Deluxe Edition, which I did. And then it also gives you the jacket. I don't think I'm supposed to have the hoodie, but it just gave me the Beast hoodie. Roar.
That Kyber should be a Chimera.
What?
What did you call it?
GSB. Think of it as an energy booster.
So you think of Gatorade.
Booster out of it.
You're going to kill
Booster.
it. Once you do,
I look at this. Booster. Why do you
special
say it
device
like
that
that?
filters it from the blood.
And how do we get this
This is gonna make me
booster out of it?
stronger.
Booster.
Booster.
Booster. Such a funny enunciation. Booster. And how do we get this booster out of it? Sorry, this is just good.
This might come in handy.
Oh, thank you for the machete. Finally, my first one. So wait, so I kill it and I bring it here, or I kill it and you go there to meet me to like suck it off? Bully. No, I'm not bullying him. I'm saying it's a good voice line. It was just funny. Hey, I need your booster. it's just a funny line. I'm sorry. I need your booster. Let him have his booster. Give me a booster. Give me a booster. Oh! Why did they cancel? Why did they cancel? What the fuck? I don't know why I canceled. Parry. Ah, parry. Parry isn't working. I can't parry. Hold H. I'm a beast. I'm going beast mode. They call me Mr. Beast. I'm Mr. Beast. Hey, I'm Mr. Beast. Here I am with 1 million zombies. Today, I'm gonna kill 1 million zombies and free Europe. Oh! I hate boss fights so much in these games. I'm actually not a fan of like the boss fight genre within these games. I always feel like it's the wrong choice to have within these games. Also, I turned on the lights. How is he summoning zombies? I turned on the lights, aka the zombies can't reach inside because of the UV. How is this possible? Also, while it looks like I'm bad, I'm playing on the hardest difficulty. So you can't blame me for dying here. This is the hardest difficulty. Sure. Sure, streamer. It's okay. I won't make fun of you. I don't feel so good, Mrs. Stark. Wait, he gets stunned too by the light? What's the point? I can't hit the back. They're not dying from the light. They're not dying from the light. Me when I'm dying, but not from the light. Experience lost. Find and damage its weak point. The bulbous thing on its back. By the way, dodge. Keep dodging. I will say, while the weapons and the combat does feel fun for the normal enemies, for bosses, because it demands a level of precision from you, it's sort of annoying because you swing the weapon and you actually do attack from like the left and the right. So it's like the hitbox of your swing isn't exactly where you look. That's the only annoying piece of this game. It's sort of like the same reason that I had a weird annoyance with Dying Light 2 sequences of bosses. It just didn't feel good to fight the larger sequences. And I think it's just a hard problem to solve, because when you have a mechanic of combat like this, feels good for like smaller zombies, but feels really bad for like larger zombies. I'm a beast! Whoa, I'm a beast! Hear me roar! Maybe better when you get a gun. That's true, actually. That is true. I thought the second game was also a lot better once I got the gun. And I was like, okay, this like feels like a really viable experience here compared to what it normally is. You're going to a tanning salon, buddy? Oh, shit. I'm on low health. Press H. Hold H to use a healing item. 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 Holy shit, maybe I should not have tried to play this game on hard mode. Maybe I should have waited. I'm not actually good at this. UV bar! I don't know what that thing does. It's a glow stick. Uh-oh. You don't have any stamina. Your stamina is low. Your stamina is low. Experience lost, 1,000. Like at some point, you lose so much experience, you become unemployed. You have to go back to like entry level. I also like how it makes you lose experience, but then it also reloads the save as if you died. So it's like, it's not like it's a temporary death thing. You do die, but you also lose EXP as if you can respawn in some way. I kind of forgot that I have power attacks. Oh, I guess he does too. And this is the thing about the boss fights, is that it's hard to make an entertaining boss fight in general. It's just a really hard premise for even like a game like Dark Souls, where like a lot of boss fights ends up being dodge, swing, dodge, swing. That's like the prime thing of most boss fights, right? But this one in particular is really annoying because the game is like, it's like very finicky and slow, which is sort of the point of the game. But because of that, you also don't really have many options early to make it feel better. So it just kind of feels like, okay, I hit him once and then I walk away for a bit. I tickled him. And then he's gonna do his charge here. And then because of the way that the combat is, with the way that the weapon swings work and sort of like your hitbox of your attack, it's not the easiest thing to be able to hit the weak spot to make the experience faster. So it's like a weird problem to be in. Because it's a problem that wouldn't really be there if it was like more direct about where you swung. But then it would feel worse for the normal zombies, which is most of the game's experience. Very hard part of the problem to solve. I'm a beast. I'm a beast. Hear me roar, hear me roar. I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. I don't want to be here anymore. It's also just really frustrating to fight him because he keeps moving so often. Which is sort of the point of the character. Like, he is supposed to move that much. Donk run. Yeah, exactly. But because of his attack pattern plus his speed, it sort of feels like you really are just constantly dodging and just tickling him, basically. Like, it doesn't really feel like you're doing much. Hear me roar! I'm gonna roar! I'm gonna roar on you! Oh my god, he's roaring! Oh my god, he's roaring! Oh my god, he's roaring! I can't believe that he's roaring! Glow stick, let's party! Let's party! I missed! Huh? He won't find me here, right? Oh shit! What? I can do an execution with F. Okay. Ah! Break your arm! Ah! Break your back! First try.
Olivia, I took it down.
I lost. Olivia, I lost 2,000 EXP. This is coming out of your paycheck. Holy shit, she is.
All right.
Sorry. I don't know why my eyes just went there. What's happening? I'm beasting out. Watch out, I'm gonna turn into Mr. Beast.
Look at me, Kyle. Kyle.
Stay away from me. I'm gonna turn into Mr. Beast. Walk away.
Come on.
Mr. Beastification has begun. Sorry. Why does she stab me through my hoodie? That's so stupid. Like, just go through my neck or something, please. I wake up. I'm Mr. Beast. I end up in like a million controversies. I also have $1 million all of a sudden. I swear that's the events of the first game, no? I swear that is.
It's okay. You're safe now.
Oh shit. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm sorry.
You've been out for days. I thought I'd lost you.
No, sorry. I just
What the hell happened?
I didn't have a good
Spikes
sleep
your
cycle.
adrenaline. When it dropped, so did your heart rate. So I had to inject you with GSP.
You what?
You would have died otherwise.
So you just decided
To
to...
save your life. Yes.
Fine.
It would suck to be him.
Feel better.
Wait, how come?
It boosted your immune system and
Because his life sucks? Because he's immune and he was
Every chimera has a different
experimented
GSP.
on?
So each
Or
one will
because he
boost
would
you in a
become Mr.
different
Beast? I actually do think that being Mr. Beast would suck. Of the people whose body I would take over, I think I would rather, like, of the people that I would want to take over, the only person that I would want to, like, become, like isekai style, is David Suzuki. He's the only person that I can think of that has at least some level of a track record where I don't feel bad about becoming him. Of all the people, David Suzuki is the only person I can think of that I would feel like this is a safe enough choice. Not that he's like, maybe he's like creepy in like private, but for the most part, it's like, I feel like that's a safe enough choice. It would have been Steve Irwin, but then you would die pretty early. So it's like, it's kind of a hard like class to play. Each chimera has a different form of GSB?
What do you mean each chimera has a different form of GSB?
Each variant of GSB alters the chimera's genetic structure in a unique way.
So I need to hunt down more.
Also, then she's not slave labor. She was a
Each
scientist.
variant will affect you differently, making you stronger, faster, and more resilient. But GSB hasn't been used on someone like you. So we don't know what the long-term side effects might be.
Well, if it makes me strong enough to take on the Baron, that's all that matters.
It is interesting that you can just sit here on this dialogue, but also her facial motions when she talks reminds me a lot of Deus Ex Human Revolution. Like there's something funny about the Deus Ex Revolution formula where like the heads would move and the things that they would say, like everything would just go crazy. It was just sort of interesting, and it was like, okay, like this is a lot of motion in the ocean for a lot of nothing, and it's almost like too exaggerated. Because in real life conversation, people don't move that much. Like people are very still. Next time you talk to somebody, just notice how still they are when they talk. It's almost unnerving.
For now, let's just focus on finding allies.
Are you feeling well enough for that?
I'm gonna have to be.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to
well,
feel good.
When you're feeling up to it, come talk to me. I put out some clean clothes for you. We have a lot to do.
You know, very cliche story. Very cliche characters, very cliche building of like a relationship. Ooh, unlock a new beast skill! Killing chimeras allows Kyle to inject enough with their DNA and unleash new beast powers. Killing the Reaper granted you 1 beast point. Hover over the charged smash skill and hold left click to unlock it. Hold left click to perform a power smash attack that pushes enemies away. When used, it exerts the beast mode moderately. Oh! Oh! In killing chimeras increases the efficiency of the beast mode. At some point, Kyle will be able to control it. What? We now have control over the beast mode, and I can press ZX to enter it. Oh, okay. Why didn't you let me discover that myself? Wow, why didn't you? What the hell is this? It does. It reminds you of a Uplay game. Yeah, exactly. Like this whole thing. Yeah, like just something about Dying Light 1 had that bit of feeling, but like this Dying Light 2 and this definitely have the Ubisoft formula, which is interesting. Hold left click while jumping or falling. A successful ground pound. Air kick slash mash. While high in the air, look down and hold E to execute a damaging attack. Oh, I see. If it's unaware, it'll be killed. Grapple. Holy shit! I didn't know there were so many combos. Using throwing knife to thing, you'd also be used to quickly escape by this thing. Okay, that's perfect parry. Bing! Sorry. Before my powerful attack, hold left click and press F to throw the weapon instead. Why didn't the game show me this before? The sound of the screaming, because you can enter the menu, it stops playing it too early. So I just started going, and it just stopped. It just stopped. It was like, how do I, okay, so how do I use the hammer to throw? So this is the hammer. Best eye? Okay, I know about the inventory. Leave me alone. Hunting bow. I can make a hunting bow. Oh, thank God. Now there's like ranged guns. Okay, here we go. Because the one thing that was cool about this game was the mix of different tools that you had. I think Dying Light 2 had an interesting formula for it, in that you had quite a lot of different cool categories, but I'm curious to see how this one goes. Let me out. I don't want to be here. Let me out. Okay, Olivia. If that even is your name, Olivia. You know, I've never met an Olivia in a real life ever. I don't even think they exist. Olivia, I'll be in your private office. She's download in background. You promise that they do exist. Is your name Olivia? How do I zoom in? Is there a way for me to zoom in? What is she downloading? What? It looks like a torrenting program. It's like she's torrenting a video off of like the Pirate Bay or something. What is this? No, but you know one. Sources do trust me. Hello. Hello, Olivia.
I gathered some supplies. Take a look. You might find something useful.
Okay, well, I've already opened it. Can we continue on? Okay, no, thanks. Okay, take the manual. Beginner manual pages. Thank you. The workbench allows you to craft and upgrade your weapons. Okay, sure. Upgrading increases their efficiency, whereas crafting games gives you more of it. Right. Hover over this and hold C to upgrade it. And C is, I see. Well, C to upgrade it. Right. Upgrade on the right side. Left click to craft it. Okay, sure. I'll get more cool bandages. Thank you. You increase the rarity. Upgrading and crafting requires materials that you can find by leading enemies and exploring dark zones. God, I hate the dark zones so much. They're not even scary. They're just tedious. Lockpick? Crafted. Ranged. Oh, shit. I needed scraps. Fuck. Shit. Okay, well, that's fine. It's whatever.
Good. You're getting the hang of it. You need to scavenge and loot anything you can. That's how you'll survive. You can then take what you find and craft it into weapons or tools that might just save your life.
This is very similar to like when you're talking to your child and they're just like staring up at you. And it's like, okay, mom. Okay, so what now, mom?
I'm ready.
Don't say anything. I became a monster again.
When I fought that chimera, something came over me. I turned into something I don't know.
That was your body reacting to a life-threatening situation. A survival response. High levels of cortisol triggered a transformation at the cellular level.
Cellular. That's a
In that
very
state,
Metal Gear Solid.
You're nearly unstoppable. I saw that before in the lab.
It's very Metal Gear
But
Solid coded.
it's a temporary condition.
I need to
I
increase
lose
the volume.
who I am when it happens. All I want to do is kill. But afterwards, I'm totally drained.
You burn a lot of energy in that state. But over time, the GSB will help with that.
So this is what I am now? Half human, half monster?
I'm sorry, Kyle. I don't know if there's a way back. And if you want to take on the Baron, this is what you need to do.
How many different chimeras are there?
Yeah, how many powers
I'm
can I
not
get?
exactly certain. This one was the first the Baron created. Others will likely be more dangerous. It won't be easy.
You know, it's interesting to continue the story of Kyle Crane. He's way more interesting than the second game's character. Not to say that the second game's character was a bad character, but I remember the second game's character did not have nearly the same interesting motif of like, you are the monster. Like, because the only thing that I remember from the second game character was, if you stay in the darkness for too long, you transform into a zombie because you have the vaccine in your arm. And I was like, okay, cool, like it's whatever. But I also don't remember. But I also don't know if the second game's character was Kyle Crane. But I remember distinctly thinking this has to be a different character because I feel like all of his motifs are gone. Also, very contrived that the first Chimera somehow found us and that was that close to the lab. What is this GSB?
GSB?
What is
exactly
it?
is it?
A synthetic biocatalyst developed in the Baron's labs. It's an artificially engineered molecule with enzymatic properties, designed to enhance the organism's DNA.
Mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. Why would I inject myself with
Are you
it?
sure it's okay to inject myself with this?
Yeah, it
It
doesn't
doesn't
seem
contain
safe.
our DNA, if that's what you're worried about. It's just a biochemical delivery agent. It facilitated a modification in their systems, but it's not inherently linked to their biology. It's like ripping a power core out of the Chimera and wiring it straight into your system. They used it. Now you will too.
What about the
Those
chimeras?
boosters were made for those monsters.
Nerd alert.
Why would they work for me?
Because you and the Chimeras share a similar biology.
Just say it. Just call me a
A
monster,
muscular
Olivia.
system, a nervous system, a circulatory system. And each variant is designed to enhance a specific trait. Speed, strength, reflexes, regeneration.
Sleeping quality.
GSPs simply amplify your natural abilities. Alone, each one is powerful.
Did you see that? Did you see the camera like disappear for a second? It's like everything disappeared. I did notice that a couple of times where all of a sudden everything stops rendering for like half a second and like the world disappears, but that was jarring. I also like how these things could be used for anything, right? Like Ozempic is a GSB. Ozempic, it changes the way that you eat. It makes it so that you're no longer hungry. Ozempic.
It enhances DNA? Sounds like some kind of mutation.
It doesn't permanently change your genetic code. GSB simply amplifies your body's natural processes. Think of it like a booster. It ramps up strength, reflexes, regeneration. In chimeras, GSB enhances their more monstrous traits. In you, it'll do something else. It'll enhance you, amplify you, turbocharge you.
So I should hunt down more chimeras, harvest this GSB from their blood, and inject it into myself? How many are we talking about?
Like
Each chimera
2.
carries a different kind of GSB.
It's like
A different
I don't know, but
enhancement.
maybe 2.
So, if you hope to stand a chance against the Baron and his army, you probably want all of them.
How many is that? I'm afraid of needles.
What can you tell me about the Baron?
His name is Marius Fisher.
Hey, Marius,
He's
the
a
guy from Diablo 2 who summoned Diablo
sociopath.
and freed
But also
and
kind of
freed Bale
genius.
and Mephisto.
Before the outbreak, his family owned a biotechnology company. A big one. And he's using it to turn the virus into something even more dangerous.
This is the most cliche thing
Why?
ever. It's very Resident
Power.
Evil coded.
Whoever controls the virus controls the future.
That's very. This is like.
Experimenting on
This is the
humans like
Uwe
a
Boll
lab
Resident Evil movie plot.
Tell me about it.
Humans are so
You're not the
weak.
only one. He's
Wesker!
kidnapped hundreds
So where can I find him?
Hundreds.
at his family estate. Basically a fortress protected by a private army.
Now, I don't care how high his walls are or how big his army is.
I'm
I'm
bigger.
gonna find him, and I'm gonna fucking kill him.
I'm huge.
We have to be smart about this. Take it step by step. While I try and locate other chimeras,
So tough.
you need to gather
Roar.
allies.
How the hell
Look
do
at
I
my
do
jacket.
that?
Look at my hoodie.
There's a small town
Roar.
not far from here. There might be some survivors there. Also, I noticed some smoke. Could be a campfire. Probably worth a look. I'll mark it on your map. Take this device. Use it only when you encounter a new chimera. Extracting a booster from the same variant is a waste of time.
How many chimeras will I need to kill?
Every new strain will make you stronger and enhance your abilities. But it's up to you. Stop when you feel strong enough.
Okay.
It extracts 2 samples. A clean booster injection for you, and a blood sample for me.
What does she need it
By
for?
studying those strains, I hope to discover what makes each variant unique and what the Baron is trying to achieve.
Like imagine someone really buff walking very slowly, and then they just say "rar." Ooh, it's like that Pookie Bear guy. The video that I showed you where he like does the dances to the enemy videos. That shit's so funny to me. Oh, that's how. So you level up and you get skill points and max health and stamina. Stamina. What are you doing on your computer? Olivia? What are you doing on your computer? Can I zoom in, Olivia? She's looking at the graph. She's downloading something. The bar isn't moving. This is actually like real life. Because you don't have internet, so you can't play games. I'm just surprised that there's no solitaire open on the side while the download is going on.
Olivia, can I ask you something?
Sure.
Sure. You didn't have to stand up. You could just sit down. I don't really want to have you stand up. How did you end up working for the Baron?
How did you end up working for the Baron?
Okay, fine. Just say whatever.
I
Okay,
was
fine.
brought
I'll
here
let you
when I was
talk,
a
buddy
child.
Kyle, okay?
Put to work in the lab.
As a
Brought
child?
from where?
Why do you care?
Look, I'm sorry. I'm trying to understand how.
There's nothing to understand. He and his people trained me, forced me to help them do terrible things. Things I'd rather not think about. Can I get back to work now?
I just made her relive trauma. I'm so sorry. Why did you decide to run? Okay, but before you leave this very traumatic place here, and also saying that somebody trained you, like that phrase always carries an interesting connotation to me. It just sounds wrong.
Why'd you finally decide to
It just
escape?
sounds too sexual, you know?
Dr. Fisher saw you.
Maybe I'm
and all
like-
his
maybe I'm
other
Gunnar-pilled now.
research projects as less than human, and he wanted me to see you the same way. I couldn't stand it anymore. I couldn't be part of that.
But you were part of it. For a very long time. What changed?
What do you mean? What are you saying?
What pushed you over the edge?
He's
Why are
literally
you
that's it
interrogating me?
because
God, Jesus. Why are you being so defensive?
Are you asking if I used you to escape?
I'm just asking.
An opportunity presented itself, and I took it. I couldn't be part of what Fisher was doing. Not anymore. Yes, I needed you. But you needed me too.
mind you, she was on the phone at the beginning of the game too, right? So she's clearly also working with somebody, and she also talked to them and was like, "Really? But what did we find out? Okay, right?" And like she was saying stuff like that. But also, yeah, she's really defensive. But also, his question wasn't that hard to answer too. Were you here when the pandemic hit?
Here when the pandemic hit?
Why?
Did you get COVID?
What does that matter?
I'm trying to figure out who you are.
Who are you?
I told you who I am.
Who are you?
No, actually, you haven't.
I was just a kid when it hit. And I lost my brother. Lost my mother.
I lost.
I'm sorry, I just
my
can't.
Game Boy Advance. I lost my Switch too. It costed
Right.
us everything.
Sometimes I wonder how you ended up in the Baron's hands.
What the fuck is going on?
Most of it's a blur.
Oh,
I can tell you what I
okay, that
remember.
was it. Okay,
The way
I
the
didn't
virus
expect
took hold
the.
of me, it didn't happen gradually. I left the quarantine zone and something inside me snapped.
Rawr.
Whatever immunity I had was gone, and the virus invaded every cell in my body. At least that's what it felt like. Like I was losing who I was, losing my humanity. I fought. I didn't give in.
Yeah, exactly.
It
I
wasn't just a
thought my
physical fight.
GPU glitched out too. It was very
fight for my
it was very
fucking
interesting
soul.
that was the way that they
I was
introed it because it was
possessed
such a
by something
long
that wasn't
pause.
human.
This is a very interesting art
Battle
style
every
though. I actually
instinct
do
to not
enjoy this
surrender
a
myself
lot.
to that monster within.
I'll talk about this more once it's done.
Found me, said they wanted to help me, and they walked straight into the heart of hell to do it. Infected came at us in waves. They had no weapons. They were defenseless. I couldn't just leave them. I fought back as hard as I could. There were so many of them, too many, and I was exhausted and failing, my heart pounding like a hammer, my vision blurring, but it didn't stop. I kept on fighting, and in the end, I saved them. I sank to my knees, barely conscious, and that's when they showed up. The soldiers. They weren't there for the scientists, they were there for me. It was a setup. The attack, the chaos. Those scientists were bait. And I took the bait. Then they took me. They wanted to wear me down, break me, push me to the edge. They didn't catch a monster.
Push me to
They
the
caught
edge.
someone
All my
who
friends
was
are dead.
still fighting. And that's why they wanted me. I guess I better get going.
Be careful out there.
Okay, well, okay. That cutscene was cool. Of the ways that they could have done that exposition, I vastly prefer that. And it was also a great representation because, like, the art style was very fitting for what his story was right? This idea of somebody who's trying to recover his humanity. That style, that, like, roughness of it, gives it a very the feeling of a memory that you're trying to remember, to recall from the haziness that is the mind. From through that fog wall. And then also, you know, it keeps it very simplistic too, because it's like you don't need to think too deeply about all the other details. There's no noise sort of like drawing you away. There's no background you have to care about. It's focused on the key details, which is a representation of his feelings, right? Her poker face story is funny. Everything about her is just funny. What are you doing with those?
Fine, all right. Jeez.
Yeah, like it is funny that like so far the character animation within the game hasn't. I don't think it's kept up with. I don't think it's kept up. I don't think it's kept up with the intensity of the story. Though some at points like the story can feel very monotone when it's told, but I think so far like it's like this environment to tell the story in hasn't worked out as well as that one almost comic book spot. It's a ghost. Number 15, the haunted chair. You wouldn't want a ghost in your home, but that's exactly what this homeowner saw. One day, Kyle Crane, the last survivor from the Baron's experiments, came home to his workshop only to find a chair that floated above his boots in the corner. Number 14, the haunted ceiling top.
Be careful with that.
Sorry.
Get UV'd. You are now tan. You are now tan.
It's fragile.
Got it.
Let me touch it. Check. Those are the blood samples. She's still just gonna download things. Okay, I guess that's the extent of a conversation. I can sleepy. I can just go sleeps. New tutorial. Co-op game. What the fuck do you mean co-op? I don't tan from UV light, right? My brother in Christ. I haven't even seen the sun for the last several years. I can't open the co-op menu. Public games. Killing Street. Brutal. It's Ethan, by the way. Torv. Pew Pew. H-Man. Papa Burton. No Bod Tech. Ass of Cass. Lloyd Diablo I. Emiliano Caradiere. High Life. Envy. Never mind. You do tan from UV light. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought if you were asking me if I do. Yeah. So you do tan from UV light because the tanning salon machine does that too. Because UV light is just sunlight, but the sunlight is just extra things with. Wait, no, it is just UV light, isn't it? It's like that. Solo Marine. You already know that I don't, silly. That's so true, though. you know that I never bother. Call for help is enabled. The game will look for sessions that join with high frequency. What? What the hell is call for help? Voice chat? You or your other players that use voice sets. Gather available to peers. What? Allow players to join to teleport other players into other areas. What? You can teleport me? Text chat. Sunlight is full spectrum. UV is just a small part of it. Okay, thank you. I didn't know the full science of it. Call for help. I'm not pressing any of that. I'm not pressing a single button. If you join my game, I don't know what you're going to say or what you're going to do. And I'm just going to say, it's not my fault. It's the game's fault, right? Why am I naked? Okay, I need more stamina stuff. See, this is what I want to do. Jump over stagnant enemies or obstacles to follow. This is what I want to do. I want to drop kick somebody in the face. Like, who cares about crafting items and driving? Buddy, this is a parkour game. Like, who cares about driving? Perform a powerful kick while jumping. Drop kick. Oh my god, the drop kick skill is so good. Where charge kick gain a brief damage boost after reloading. Head stomp enemies that lay on the ground. Oh, if you do that to a human, what does it look like? Holy shit. Run at an enemy, press E twice. Okay, right. So, if I'm gonna do like a melee attack to ground slam, I have to do so many moves. So many moves to that lane. Wait. I guess the whole safe zone is that I can't do anything inside of a safe zone because it's too safe. But this door is open. You confuse it with the infrared light. You don't get tan from that one. Yeah, that one's for TVs. Do you like my way of understanding light? Like, do you like my scientific way of organizing light in my mind? And chicken. What? What do you mean it's used for chickens? What? Wait, chickens can see... What is that? Chickens can see UV light? Old world wine! Or do you mean that chickens emit a UV light? Which would be even cooler, because then they could turn on and off my TV. Maybe, if that's true, right? Maybe that's why farmers believe in aliens. Why do I have the hand collar all of a sudden? Why is it back in my hand? What? That wasn't there before. Farms use infrared light for growth. What? I thought that was just for weed. What? Or for warmth. Well, wait, isn't UV light for warmth? We can't even see infrared, no? So how does it provide warmth? Well, I guess I couldn't even see my future, but here I am, a baller. Sorry. I don't know why that phrase popped up in my head. Sorry. Okay, so I can do a drop kick by doing this. By moving... What? Dude, if somebody does a standing drop kick, they're sick with it. Like, actually sick with it. So if I go like this, and then I hold left click, I can do a slam move. And if I'm falling and I hold what? If I'm falling and I hold... Where the hell are my clothes? My brother in Christ. Skills. Let's jump. Parkour. Well, use any obstacle to spring from and jump further. While running towards an obstacle, tap E to jump farther, or tap space to jump higher. That's interesting. Okay, E, sliding. Pressing thing while sliding will allow you to slide jump, which allows a jump further away than a regular jump. Rotating jump. Press caps lock while in the air. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. You can't convince me to press the caps lock button. Tic Tac. Run alongside virtual surfaces. Press A or D towards the flat surface when jumping near it. You can press thing again. I swear these are just the moves from the first game. Air kick, ground pound. Grapple, stab. What's the move with the throw? Right, you hold it and you press F to throw. So if I go like this and I look at... I don't know, what's... Let's find a zombie. Okay, see a zombie? Look. Actually, what's my assassination move? There's a... apparently, I have an Assassin's Creed move. So if I do... just hold E. Hey, Olivia. I received a distress call from Yosha Sumo. It's okay, chat. There's voice chat, so we have to be very quiet, okay? I don't know how to activate voice chat. We have to be very quiet. Ah, they
Leave me for a bit. Kyle?
Why does everybody run away from me the moment that I join? Ah, the partner. That was good. That was funny. This is a good game. This is a funny one. Holy moly. Yes, for heating. You think it's infrared heat lamps because it uses less energy compared to if it was a larger light spectrum. You know what? That makes sense. So how come when I use my remote and I put the remote against my head and I press the button, the power on button, I don't feel hot? Explain to me. How come I don't feel hot, huh? Was I supposed to use this during the boss fight? Checkmate, scientists. You don't have an answer.
Knowing how to craft tools and weapons is
Oh my
just as
god, she's gonna
important as
narrate to
knowing
me,
how to
please, Olivia. I'm doing my job.
everywhere. Master the art of crafting, and you'll master the art of survival.
Okay.
Yeah, I know this part.
Magnets for $8. What? $8 magnets? Jesus Christ, dude! These tourist traps are genuinely awful. I always think to myself, like, what's the point of these tourist traps? Because I'm like, $8 for a magnet. What do you really bring back from the experience? Like, at least steal a piece of a statue or something. You know what I mean? Like something way cooler. Don't just buy a magnet for $8. Commit a crime. Bring back like a new STD or something. I don't know. Something more important than like a $8 magnet. One battery. I forgot how fun the dropkick mechanic in this game is. Holy shit! I have no clothes on still, by the way. I love it. Look, I just stand still, okay? I literally just stand still, wait for them to walk close, and then just drop them. Like a rock. Holy shit. I need the zombie to come over here. Oh, perfect. You're already here. Perfect. Whoa! Kill an enemy using a dropkick. Who needs a gun? Exactly. My legs are my guns. Get perfect parried. Oh, shit. Oh. H is such an inconvenient button to heal with. Can I do my Assassin's Creed move or no? I want to use my Assassin's Creed move. The move that lets me like assassinate someone. This guy didn't skip leg day. I don't think he skipped a single day. What's crazy is that you're still jacked despite the fact that you were being experimented on day after day. That should be impossible. Oh my god! Hey. Oops. I guess it is kind of funny if you miss though, because then it's like, oh, oops. Hey. Holy shit, this is so fun. I love dropkick moves within games. I wish every game had a violent dropkick like in this game. It's like it's like so ludicrously strong that it just feels funny. Holy cow. Anyways, I think I explored the whole building, right? Or maybe there's something there? Not really sure. Maybe I should climb this way. sorry. I need to stop. Sorry. Let's climb the building. I wonder if the zombies care if you climb. Let me do the assassination. Hold E as you fall to kick her. And then drop kick her again. Okay? So, when they walk close to me, jump, hold E to kick them. And then... Now, this is real combat. Every other combat game wishes it could be like Dying Light. Every game wishes it could have something like this. It wishes. Assassin's Creed Zombie Edition. I mean, that's basically what the game feels like. Like, it is... That's the one interesting selling point about Dying Light, is that it is literally just Mirror's Edge, but zombie. And Mirror's Edge had, like, really poor combat. So it's like you have a better Mirror's Edge combat system within a game that has the ever classic, ever viable zombie story, right? So it's like it's always gonna be a hit in some way, always. And it's not like necessarily the parkour was the worst part of the game. It's just sometimes the combat, like they focus too much on boss fights, especially within the second game. But like the parkour was like the best part. You could just go anywhere and do anything. And it felt interesting to puzzle your way through these different maps. Like there's a genuinely interesting concept here where it's like, okay, well, how do you move around? How do you get to the top of a building? What do you need to do to be able to do that? That feels very similar to something like Mirror's Edge. Though I will say, there's a clunkiness to it that is very unique to Dying Light that is not there within something like Mirror's Edge. And I don't know how DICE did it that many years ago, but they definitely, I think, nailed the formula of what a parkour game should feel like. And so it's not really a point against this game. It's just more about the fact that like I don't think any game can come close to something like that masterpiece that was Mirror's Edge. Because that game was insanely good for no reason. Where am I going? To the floor. Okay, well, I'm just back where I am. Well, I mean, this just takes me back up there. I mean, that's technically where I need to go, but sure. Alright. And I do sort of wonder, like, what would happen if they were able to make Mirror's Edge Catalyst something like this, right? Because that's the thing. When I played Mirror's Edge Catalyst, I was like, this is incredibly painful to play with. And then I played Dying Light 1 and 2, and I'm like, the flow of the movement feels a lot better than Mirror's Edge, even though it's a bit clunkier, because it feels like it actually matters in some way. Dying Light 2, I remember feeling less so, but Dying Light 1, I remember like, man, I remember feeling like when you got good at the movement, like it felt great. And it felt like it really mattered for your playthrough. Like doing stuff like that, that's a real parkour move. It's called stepping back and climbing on the ledge. I'm not even kidding you. It's like that's a basic concept and it has a cool name for it. I just don't really know why they call it so many different cool names. Oh, a tower. And that's interesting to me, right? I think that's a good concept. It's just sort of strange to me that there's only been, I don't know, like really like a handful of parkour games. And then the other parkour game that we played on the stream was that Project Parkour thing, which was like, that was a cool game, but it's also like, that's just like parkour, you know what I mean? Like there's no zombies. Nor is there, and like really it's like either zombies or you deal with a military government that's like trying to censor you, right? Like, but either way, there was no tension within that game, which is sort of the fantasy of parkour. And I say this with all due respect, but everybody who practices parkour, you're no different from a prepper who's waiting for like a military intervention type of deal, because parkour is useless on a day-to-day basis. I've never had to do I forget the move now. It's called the gorilla or something, or was it called the Monkey King or like something, to go to my office. Not that I couldn't have. I think there's nothing really stopping me from doing so. But the only useful parkour skill would have been to skip to jump over the subway, like a payment thing gate, and then at that point you're just a criminal. You know what I mean? Like it's not that good to do that. So it's like, okay, well, what's the point of the parkour? It's because you believe that you're gonna need the skills to run away from something. That's the fantasy. Every single person who practices parkour, they're like the gym rat version of a prepper. They're getting ready for the apocalypse in their own way, and they're trying to fool people into believing that it's cool and useful in some form. What happened to you? Why did she fall? Hey, look over here. Hey, look over here. Hey. Hear me roar. Hey. Come here. Again, not to say that it's not a fun hobby. It's a very fun hobby. But you gotta be real with yourself, right? Like, I program not because I'm making things with it. I program because it's like it fulfills the fantasy in mind. You think a firefighter that does parkour is an OP combo though? Yeah, you imagine you're at the fire station, okay, and then nobody uses the fire pole except for Jerry. Jerry slides down, but they don't. Was somebody in his lobby the whole time? Oh shit! Was somebody in his lobby the whole time? Oh shit! Chat, I'm like open mic. They're listening to me talk. Oh shit! Oh shit! Private. Okay, let's go. Oh, sorry. Uh oh. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! I guess they didn't like the firefighter come. Yeah, why did they leave there? Why did they leave there? They were fine with me slandering parkour, but the moment that I laughed at the firefighter parkour comments, they're like, I don't want to listen to this guy anymore. He's a clown. Also, the firefighter one that made them leave. I thought that was a pretty good comment too. The firefighter who practices parkour. That's a funny archetype. Because again, imagine doing all of that to save someone when all you need to do is spray the water. Like, please spray the water, Jerry. All you need to do is spray the water. Don't do it, Jerry. Don't jump. Oh. That is funny. That's actually funny that they just left because of that. Like the timing could not have been any more perfect. Holy moly, that was good. Good job, chat. Good job. You successfully made me seem like a maniac. Just imagine doing those tricks while having a small child in your hand. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, ma'am, I'll save you. Hold on to my hand. Oh, okay. Wah! And then you start doing flips and stuff, and she like vomits. The craziest part, right, is that she would projectile vomit all over your arms. Same with the child. Like every single person would be projectile vomiting all over you because you're moving too quick for them to handle. So it's like I actually want to see someone projectile vomit as they do parkour. Like that's another good archetype. Is guy who gets motion sick, but practices parkour. So it's like as he's doing like a jump that's a flip, he just vomits, right? So how do you, when you jump at an obstacle, press E to, how do you do the quick movement thing? You were thinking like a baby, so it'd be like American football. like I run with my arm out, and then when I get to the doorway, I'm like, here, catch, and I just like, I launch the baby at max speed at my fellow firefighter who isn't ready, and then the baby slams into the wall. Yeah, that's good. Cause then it's like, hey, if you didn't catch the baby, then that's on you, right? This one? What's this move? No, unless you jump higher. While running towards an obstacle, tap E to jump further, or tap E. Well, if I tap E, I kick things, so I don't really know how it works. But what do you mean tap E? Huh? Far jump. While jumping over obstacles. Use any obstacle to spring from it and jump farther. Oh, obstacle as in like walls? So if I go like this... Or if I go like this... I just still kick things. So if I do this, and then I throw it... It's like a comedy movie. It's like a fucking comedy movie. Holy shit, that's like a comedy movie. Oh shit, all my weapons are gone, sorry. You're like Benny Hill music playing in the background. What's that beeping? What's that? Oh. Kyle, it's nighttime. You've got to get home, Kyle. Oh. Sorry, I have to go investigate the town. Where's this town? Where's this mythical town that I've heard about? Now we know why they have slow reaction time. I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, it's funny to think that zombies are just normal people, but zombified. And then it's like, what exactly causes them to become zombified? What is the thing that is, like, unique to zombification that slows them down to the point that they aren't able to do things? What?
We're under attack at the town hall. Something is trying to get in and we can't.
And we can't! Cafe and
Lydia,
Bistro.
You hear that?
It's a bistro.
The town hall. It's in the city center. Sounds like there are survivors there.
I just hope I
I
can get
can't
there
see
in
anything.
time.
Wait, there's a timed sequence? Investigate the town, investigate the smoke. Did I investigate anything? I don't think I did. So are they dead? Get to the town hall. Wait, or is this the town? Like, I'm not even close to a town, man. I just kind of like decided to mess around within town the entire time. Hey, look, there's a park bench. What the? This guy's like a full-on camping gear. Nighttime and chases. Oh yeah, at night volatiles appear. Right, the volatiles. I remember now. And if they spot you, a chase starts, and they're very, very fast too. I remember the volatiles. They were really annoying, actually. That's the one part of the game that I didn't really enjoy, was that nighttime was more annoying than it was during daytime to play. And so it never felt good to play during daytime. Like, it was weird how it actually disincentivized playing at certain times. Very nice signboard. Very good board. Oh, the volatiles are here. But I did enjoy the chase aspect. Like, this is kind of a weird thing to say. I enjoy when things chase me and I have to fight for my life. It's like, you feel alive, man. It's a feeling that you just can't get anywhere else. I would hate to be a serial killer for me, because I'm like, ooh, a chase. Oh, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna like cut your, I'm gonna try to like cut your legs off or like something. It's like, and then the serial killer's like, wait, I'm just trying to, I just wanted something easy, man. It's like, you want to fight me? All right, fine, okay. I'll wait on the rooftop and we'll have a final duel where I'll throw you off the roof. It's like, not that serious, man. It's a volatile. Oh my god, it's a volatile. You press caps lock to look back button while sprinting to look behind you. I don't need to. Oh my god, it's a volatile. Oh, I thought I could kick it away. Oops. Kinky. Experience lost. 1500 experience. Sorry, I've just been messing around, but I really should take this a bit more seriously. Because I am interested to see what the rest of this game has to offer. To some degree, like, I do want to see what the later portions of it are. Because the game wasn't a bad parkour game, no matter which of the games that you played. Like, it's like whether you played this game or you played Dying Light 2 or Dying Light 1, they're all really good parkour games. The problems really came when you did stuff like that, where you had to fight enemies and then sort of like, it's kind of boring. Then it's like, okay, well, you're fighting the enemies and it's like, all right, there's like cool monsters and stuff, but they're all very, very like not even like complex to fight, but like very, very meaty, almost too meaty to deal with, to the point where it's like you're not really fighting the enemies, you're fighting against their 1 million health bar. And you're trying to do anything that you can to get out of it faster. And especially the volatiles. I had the biggest problem with the volatiles. I always thought that the volatiles were like the more annoying aspect of the game, because it's like, while it makes sense to keep you on your toes at nighttime, it was so annoying from an exploration perspective to have to like pause and go, pause and go, pause and go. Because it was more efficient to pause and go for safety reasons, right? And then also it didn't change to nighttime last time we died. It was still completely daytime, so maybe something's bugged out, but yeah, it just didn't feel like it's like for a game that's like based around going as fast as you can, that slow down, that like pace of like, okay, well now you gotta think about waiting for the volatiles to pass, haha. It just feels like the opposite of what I want to do within this game. But then it's just a hard design problem, right? Of like, if you don't force players to do this stuff, they would just outrun everything, and there's sort of no challenge and no danger. But that's sort of the fun of the game, is how good were you at running to be able to avoid things. If anything, there's actually sort of this idea of a parkour Dying Light game that is way more based on a parkour with none of the combat. And I could see every zombie being the speed of a volatile being almost like an interesting experimental game that they could do. Maybe even like an interesting game mode of some kind. Like just... Because like that's really the fun of this game, is this motion. In the ocean. It's the movement. It's the movement.
To survive out in the open, you need to take advantage of the terrain. Most fighters can't climb, so getting up high can be a good strategy. Stay to the rooftops and
But
move through tight
this is the
spaces
thing
to
though.
keep them
This is the
from
thing that I did find interesting about Dying Light as well, is that the climbing in many ways is sort of the worst part of the experience. Like, it's weird how that works. But basically, the climbing is a very slow version of the movement that you would otherwise be doing. So it's weird because it's like, you wouldn't really want to climb in this game because it's so finicky and so slow. You would only really use it for smaller climbs if you had to, but otherwise, you would prefer just always running at max speed towards something. And you can do that if you go like these diagonal moves, right? Like these things. And then the climb is limited to like the one piece that you have to like climb over the final edge. So it's like it's tricky in that like Dying Light is both one of the better games I've played of Sight, if not the only one, but it's also not really that good either, because it's like it's pieces of it can be very slow and finicky, and I don't even think it will ever. Why do they keep tripping over this chair? This chair is soloing them. Why are they getting soloed by the chair? Guys, it's just a chair. They're getting soloed by it. And that's just a hard problem to solve, because like if you don't have climbing, you don't have parkour. But that is what real life parkour climbing is like. It's very slow. It's not like Assassin's Creed style where you go really fast. It's a very slow, laborious, sort of like thoughtful thing that you do. It's only really when you move at max speed that you're able to when you're going horizontally that you're able to go at max speed. Sorry. Graffiti Artists versus those in power. This mirrors from a time when the rebellious still had someone to fight against. The Puppet Master. Somebody was up here, and now they're gone because of what's going on. And again, I just hate the tedium of collecting ingredients to make items. Not that you have to, but playing on Brutal mode, it sort of forces you to, because the enemies just have so many stats that if you don't, it's way harder to like do anything. Any interesting buildings before I have to leave this place? No? I just tap his knee. I'm like, hey, are you okay? Are you still awake? And then it's like, oh, you're still awake? Kaboom. Oh! You didn't even touch me. That's crazy. You barely even grabbed me. How does that not explode her head into a million pieces? You know what I mean? Ew! Please let me go. What's in here? The hell is all this? Yeah, like this. This is a good example of that slow climb that just doesn't feel good to be on. It just feels really bad. But it's just a problem with games that have climbing. It's just you kind of have to have some aspect of it. Otherwise, you know, what's the point of all of your movement if you can just run from everything, right? Like it's like, and then it's like, how do you then handle verticality without it just being different levels of horizontal movement, which is in its own way just boring because then there's always one set path, right? It's a dark zone. The zombies come in at nighttime, but during the daytime they all leave. You know, that was a very natural find of a dark zone. It's actually pretty cool. Compared to the first game where the dark zones were in these like really, really specific areas that didn't feel special to find, this is a good way of doing this, I think. There's actually a lot of mechanics in this game that feel much more flushed out. Like you can definitely tell that they've gotten good at it. But again, like this is the Dark Zone gameplay where it's like, if you didn't like Dying Light 1 and 2, I don't think you would still... I still don't think you would like this even. Because it's so tedious to go through and have to do this whole journey of like stealth attacks, right? Just to be able to clear a zone and be able to get whatever item it is. And again, the thing that I don't think that they've been able to solve is that you're doing this to get very small incremental upgrades that don't do much at all. So it's like a lot of the time it didn't feel special. At least in the second game, there was quite a few upgrades that were based around you doing these. Like you could get upgrade points from doing these sometimes. Whereas this one, you know, it's I think it's going back to the XP system, which I think the second one had too, but I'm not really sure anymore. So it's like, if you're not into that, you gotta, you know, it's kind of hard to want to do it. Snakes by blood-sucking bunnies. What? Recordings? Murals. Where's my notes? Where's my music? I want to play my music. The hell is my music? Actually, where's the music? So yeah, I think this game is good, but you have to like Dying Light. If you didn't like the Dying Light formula before, it's just more of the same, but like the better same and not like the bad same. You know what I mean? Like it's actually a good same, but it's just Dying Light. So, you know. Not to say that it's bad, but it is a game that you play because you enjoy Dying Light and not. And it's very unique in that sense. But that uniqueness, you know, is what makes it special, but also what makes it hard to want to, you know, or hard to recommend to people, because it's like, it's very pacing-wise, gameplay-wise, there's like pros and cons to it. It doesn't feel as smooth as something like Mirror's Edge, where the levels were designed very horizontal. It's also the closest one that we have to that formula, though. Where the hell did they come from? And again, see, like you go through this cool zone, it's all dark and stuff, you expect to find something interesting. You get one cassette tape and $30. Not to say that $30 is bad, but that's the problem. The other problem with the framework of this game, I still don't know why they decided on the looter shooter stuff. I just wish it was just a straight up like full on only parkour adventure type of deal. And again, even that idea of like just a Mirror's Edge but faster paced zombies would be way more interesting in my mind for what the type of game that I want. But this game does fulfill its niche very well. You like this game's niche, then you'll like this game. And I like it, even though I have a preference for something else. He hates it. He hates it. Like, see that? Like, I'm trying to jump over there, but because the game interprets me as wanting to climb, it's sort of painful. I still can't do the obstacle thing. Like, the obstacle of, like, doing the jump further thing. I still don't know what that means necessarily. But it is crazy that there's no other game like this. Like, you just can't get something like this. There's a level of freeform exploration that just feels so good. Hello, fellow town hall people. Someone was screaming, so presumably someone's dead. Which means it's my time to step in and take over the town hall. Trying my best to see if I can just get to the very top here. It is interesting how sometimes you can jump up really high, other times you can't really. Like, see that? How sometimes I can get really high, but other times I can't? Like, it's weird how sometimes you can get, like, crazy height, but sometimes you can't. It just feels like... It's just something that's been within Dying Light since the very beginning. There's, like, a level of jankiness to it that you have to accept and be able to almost work around. I guess there's no way from up top, which would explain why they use it. Although there is a building over there. I know the people are dying, but like I just want to see what's on this building. Oh, right. That's a one-way zipline. All right. I guess this is one of the entrances. Hello, fellow town hall members. Lockpick, very easy. What the oh my god. I forgot that this... I swear the first game had like a... No, I swear the second game switched to the pin system. But I didn't know that this had like a Skyrim version. Why are nipples so interesting to look at? I love nipples. I just can't look away from them. Like, it's like as soon as I see even the hint of a nipple, my eyes just like look at it and go, ugh. It's like it takes effort to rest of the way. And I don't mean to, but it's like I don't know why, but my eyes flick to it first, and it's like, oh shit, don't do that. Even I feel uncomfortable. I guess I shouldn't be here yet. I'm assuming this needs more things to do. This power room thing. Or maybe it doesn't matter. Oh, at least I have a way back in now, so I could do it later. But I'm assuming that's one of the power things you have to hook up to keep the lights going. Yo. You're telling me you can't grab onto the piece of clock there, really? That's such a contrived pathway for the clock climbing. Because it's like, again, there's something about this game where it's like visually you'll reach the point by jumping to it, but if you don't go it at a certain way, it won't let you complete the jump. Like I don't really know why. Actually, no, I do know why. It's hard to make a freeform climbing system. So, what's up here? There's it's nothing. This is for later? That's okay, the whole section is for later. Oops, I didn't mean to, sorry. So everything I've been doing is for later. At least I know how to. At least I know how to. How raw are my hands gonna feel like? Oh shit. Because how do you use this without any tools to like use this? You just put your hands on it? Like a maniac and just slide down? Raw? No zip line thing attached to your hands? Just like raw? Yeah, just raw, damn. So this isn't the entrance. I have to go through the front door. I have to. Hello, fellow humans. Uh-oh. Sorry, eating chips. Sorry, still eating chips. Drinking Coca-Cola. Sorry, drinking Coca-Cola. Hello, fellow humans. Are you guys okay? Drinking more Coca-Cola. Lot of Coca-Cola. This is painful. This is like truly. Oh God. Oh God.
What the hell happened here?
It's another chimera. Yes. Oh my God, it's a gun, finally. And it has a skin. You know, they accurately, this game does accurately predict that people are using skins IRL. It is a real thing. People are actually using skins IRL. Not that I know of, not that you should know of it too. I'm just saying that maybe I've heard tell of some videos that show that people are skinning up their guns. The ammo? Actually, you know what's interesting? Surprised that no game besides Doom has the idea of like kicking bodies and stomping them to find items. Because surely these dudes have more ammo on them, so why don't they just like press their bodies open, you know what I mean, to find stuff. Here we go. Now the game feels good. Though I do recall ammo was a very rare resource, so you can't always use it. It's one of those things where it's like you have to ration exactly what you have. You can't go too crazy with it. This is a map telling you where to find things. Free Wi-Fi? Yo, free Wi-Fi out the front door to the left. Forget these people. Oh boy, free Wi-Fi. That should have broken your back. There's no way you're still alive, right? Yep. Hello. Man. These environments are a lot more complex. Well, like, genuinely a lot more interesting. They're not as boring as they used to be. The environments have a lot of interesting complexity to them. Even the internals. Granted, that was also sort of like... What Dying Light 2 did very well when it did well was like those internal in environments like the church and stuff was really good. But even the outside, I did notice it starts to feel like inside in a ways. It's very good. Clear the patio of infected. Sure. Okay, so you can execute things if you stagger them. So you have to go like this, and then you go like this, and then you can stagger them down. Okay, well, I guess I can't. Man. Yeah, it's weird how I hate the combat and love the combat. It's such a drag on like the parkour portion of it. It is hard to do though. Like it's hard to make a game that is multiple things at once. It's just so hard to do that combination well. Man, is it annoying. I have a pickaxe. I have a hack. A handler, sorry. A handler? A handler axe. That's a hammer. Oh. Oh. Wah! Wah! What now? Your friend is dead. How does that make you feel? What? There's no way that works. There's no way that you twist a zombie's head and they die. That's like a John Wick thing, man. And again, this is on brutal difficulty, so it's like you can see how tedious this is if you're playing on a lower difficulty. It's definitely not, I think, recommended to play this game on the higher one. Not that it's a bad difficulty, I just feel like the game's flow is hampered so much by the slow combat.
It's Nemesis.
Oh god, it's another annoying boss fight. Oh Jesus.
Fuck, here we go.
Fuck. Wow.
Okay. Return to mission. There's no way. There's no way that they didn't think about this. There's no way. Really? Really? It's like two gorillas in the cage. Like it's literally it's two gorillas in the cage, staring each other down, trying to fight each other. Oh fuck. Drink my Gatorade? Okay, this is this is very cheesy. Like the fact that you can do this is very cheesy. Can I just grab these and throw these at you? Oh, I can. Okay, well that's kind of stupid. Oh shit. Defect's attack can be dodged easily. What the hell are you doing, player? I don't think that's the intended way to use them. Player, you got to take it. Pick it up, pick it up. It's F, it's F. Hey man, I was gonna give you something. I have a gift for you, Mr. Defect. I have a gift for you. You know what this feels like? In a way, it feels like the boss fights in Deus Ex. Where it's like the boss fights in Deus Ex where like... I remember them being distinctly puzzle fights and I was like, this is a very silly way of doing it because it just feels so useless almost. Okay, now we're both gonna die. Does it make you happy? And these things do no damage at this difficulty. Like, it's not even worth it at this point to even try this. I also like the very hard to see throw indicator. Which is interesting because it's like, that must be within the base game too, because it's not like I'm playing with a different UI setting. Like, my UI setting is the same as any of the player's HUD setting, right? So it's like, whether you're on the high difficulty or the lower one, it's like the same HUD setting. This is fascinating stuff. I do like that melee gives you more chances to go into beast mode though. Like melee is the way that you charge up beast mode. But this is it's just so funny to me that you can just do this. Like they didn't think about this really? I see the weak point. It is ass cheeks. Oh man, what a funny game. What a funny game. Like, this is exactly what Deus Ex boss fights felt like. And I remember thinking to myself, I hope we never get boss fights like this ever again. Like, boss fights can be good, but I think a game that isn't based around boss fights, it's like, it just feels almost always shoehorned into these runes. Always. on the end of a dropkick to make it look cool. Wow, so engaging, so riveting, so
Olivia,
And again,
I'm at the
that
town
fight is
hall.
not their fault necessarily because
keep
I'm
another
exploiting
camera.
something, but that was so easy to exploit that it was kind of like, oh.
Yeah.
And again,
It's
like you
drove
see
right
how
into
it
the
forces you to stay in the arena? Like it just feels like you're playing a whole different
A
game
few
once you get
dead.
into boss fights.
Most of them the Baron's men.
What were they doing there?
No idea.
All right.
Just feels like, why?
Time to extract the GSP and get my blood sample.
Okay.
You want to inject it while it's fresh. Are you sure you still want to do this? We can always take it slow and see how fast you recover without it.
No, fuck that.
Fuck that.
If this is what I need to do to take that bastard down, so be it.
Fuck that and fuck you. I'm stuck in him. You like that timing? I'm gonna sip the Coca-Cola. Oh, he's taking both? Or is he only gonna in the jet one? Because the one's for her, right? Okay, yeah. Rawr, the beast. Okay, it seems like the beast stuff is not optional. It seems like you have to go through some level of growth with the beast.
Hey, open up. It's all clear out here.
I know I just screamed and made a bunch of weird noises, but I swear it's safe.
Just saved your collective asses.
Are you with the Baron?
I'm not with anyone.
What do you want?
I want you to open the damn door.
Let's just see who it is. Jacob, no!
Jacob!
Jeez, not too trusting, are we?
Which is why we're still alive.
Thank you, stranger. We appreciate the help, but I'm afraid all you did was delay the inevitable. We were attacked by a beast, unlike anything we've ever encountered.
They didn't spawn yet.
Destroyed
I don't know
all
where it
our
spawned from.
defenses.
The UV lights don't work?
Not since the backup system went down.
Our sheriff set out to restore it, but that was quite a while ago.
Where'd he go?
She was headed for the tower.
Well, if she's still alive, maybe I can help her. Stay here.
Alright. It's okay. What? Allows very heavy objects highlighted by beast mode while running hold shit to start furious charge reaching extreme speeds. Why would they want this versus more combat? This is the thing that I'm realizing.
Olivia, do you copy? I made it to the town hall. A lot of people here.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna help get the power back on here.
Winning hearts and minds. That's exactly what you need to do.
Was that all? Thought I had to kill monsters too.
The thing that's interesting about this game that I'm realizing, beast mode seems to be their answer to boss fights feeling very boring and in the way of the main parts of the game. Because in boss fights, you beast mode so often with melee that it's like you can basically just keep on going on a roll, and this is even in brutal mode. So it's not even like it's like a difficult thing to do. It seems like even within brutal mode, it's possible for you to just keep that flow going. But then it's like, okay, well, what's the point of getting the super speed skill within the beast tree? Because it's like you would never want to run, like you can't run away from a boss fight. That's sort of the weird part. Like you literally cannot. The game won't let you run from a boss fight. You have to stay there and deal with the boss. So it's like, what's the point of some of those skills, right? I know I have to go over there, but I'm just curious if I can explore more. Actually, if I turn on the lights, I can explore later. What's this now? Because then, as a player, it's like, what am I incentivized to really spend points on? And then you quickly realize it's only the skills that deal damage. It's just the problem with like all skill systems. It's just sort of hard to know what exactly you'd want to spend on, because it's hard to imagine a world where you wouldn't just want to spend on full-on damage. What is my character doing? Because that's the only thing that really gives you value compared to most of your skills, right? the parkour is for movement, but if you're okay with the base movement stuff, it's like then the skill system doesn't really do anything for you. Where'd you come from? Stand up again. Wow! There we go, perfect. I'm also curious to see how much EXP that I've lost. And what that means when I lose EXP if I have no EXP. Because what does it matter if I lose EXP that I don't have, and you gain all of it back when you do won the boss fight anyways. Like a lot of pieces of this game feel almost superfluous. Like the way you have things like, you okay?
I'm looking for the sheriff.
She's up top, but this biter broke the damn ladder.
I'll manage. You okay here?
Oh.
Oh yeah.
He's British.
Here. You're going to need this a lot more than me.
Oh, thank you, mate. Thanks, mate. I'll put you out of your misery. They don't get infected, dude. Do they? Like, we have the cure, no? Was it the whole point of the second game or something? Or even the first game, no? It was like, we have the cure, and so it's not that big of a deal. But you have to take it often to stay alive? Oh, this is just a climbing room. Okay, I thought it was like, fix the thing, but no. It's a climbing game. Okay, see, again, the finickiness of it, it's like weird how it's like you jump. You'd expect to be able to grab onto this, but there's something about the way that the grabbing works that I could never really fully understand why it feels so bad at times. And I still don't really know why sometimes it feels really, really bad. Shit cure. Almost like Big Pharma designed it. The pharmaceutical companies, they're lying to you. It turns you into a zombie. Hello, Sheriff.
Hands where I can see him.
Whoa, hold it. I'm a good guy.
Prove it.
The name's Kyle. Your friend sent me. I'm here to help.
And what if I don't believe?
Yeah, because how is that proof? That's the worst proof ever.
Shoot me, but then I wouldn't be able to help you.
Now give me your MP. Now give me your
Does that mean
M4.
you want my help?
I could use a hand. I need to get the backup system working.
You want me to climb down there and reset the power?
I've already
If you do, I'll cover you.
I've already done this.
Deal. Just promise not to shoot me.
That's the other thing that I hate about Dying Light 1 and 2. This problem of like you can accidentally do certain things too early. But that's also sort of the point of the game. Like, it's like the point of the game is that you're able to go into these spaces because you're parkouring, right? Like, that's sort of the freedom of a parkour game. But the story at all points in time seems to always want to force you to go at a linear path. Because I came here before, sort of, there wasn't a point, and I can't do that early to, like, get that thing done. I have to go back and do it again now. But that's the unique difficulty of doing a narrative game with an open mechanic like parkour. That's just hard.
Shit, now what? The monster must have shredded the cables.
I gotta get some new cables. I gotta take those cables and bring it somewhere else. This is the parkour challenge. This, though, I did enjoy this. Of the challenges in the game, I thought this was sick. Because the challenge is, this is a routing challenge. Because you lay the cable yourself. So it's like you have to find the correct pathway, the shortest pathway to the box that will allow you to do this. While keeping it possible for you to... Well... Not keeping it possible. Without extending the cable for too far. God, my English sucks today. This is a fun challenge because the way that it works is that you have to get to the shortest path possible, because if you go too far, the cable won't reach because you have a certain thing. But I also hated it because, and again, this is the same problem as the quest problem, right? there is just one pathway that you go. There isn't any real difference in the pathways. You just kind of go the one pathway, and then you just do that one thing, and then you're done. Fun, yes. The fun compared to the other parkour challenges within this game. I think within this game's scope, that's what it feels like.
That should keep him away. Kyle, was it?
Yeah.
I'm Florence.
You're not from around here, are you, Florence?
I'm from Texas originally.
Texas?
My husband was an MP, stationed in Stuttgart when the shit hit the fan.
Is that why they call you the sheriff?
That and the fact that I kick butt. Come on. We better get back to my people.
Hello, you're here to bug me. Oh, hello, Raiders. Hello. Hello, Athel. Hello. How are you? And Athel and Red. How are you? How is your day? It's a beaver raid. I hope that you're all having a good day. I'm trying my best to try and shout you out, but I'm running at a good 5 FPS for chat. I don't really know how to type any faster. Hopefully that did go through. It did. Okay, good. Hello, everyone. Please go follow Atha and the Red. How's your day? What were you up to that has made you think about the beavers?
Sorry, Sheriff. I let you down.
Sorry, Sheriff.
You didn't know such thing.
It's a fresh bite. We just need some antizin and we can...
Antizin? We haven't seen any of that in years.
Yeah, buddy. It's been like 50 years in the future. Shrooms!
Prayers and positive vibes. Like any of that shit works. Sheriff, I just want you to know, it's been an honor.
Do I get to be the one to do it?
Wait!
Oh! You were playing Timberborn. Oh! Yeah, a beaver-based woodpunk symbol. Yeah. I remember seeing that game, and I remember thinking that's a great concept, right? Because of all the different types of fantasy creatures, right?
Safe.
I never understood dragons, because lizards don't have opposable thumbs, nor do they know construction. Beavers are the closest to us, because they have to all take mandatory construction classes when they're younger, right? Every beaver built, they are the closest to us.
We're losing too many.
Lore-wise, that game made the most sense.
Exile can't be our only two options. There has to be another way.
I wish there was, Jacob, but there isn't.
I know you.
Yeah, sorry, you all kind of dropped into the middle of a cutscene like section. But thank you though, and I hope that you had a fun time playing that that game. I've actually been meaning to play it at some point because I'm very curious to see how far the end game of that goes, but. Every time I play a city builder game, I always get way too stuck within the details, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, now I need to do this, and I need to do that. I need to like make sure that people have like a good life here, and then it's also balancing that with the way that you want your city to like look. It's like Stardew Valley, where at some point there's too much that you need to do, and you kind of shut down.
And extra guards on the generators. We're sitting ducks if those UV lights go out again.
I'm not sure that's enough. That thing is more dangerous than anything we've seen before. What do we do if it comes back?
Comes back? What do you mean? I already killed it.
You didn't kill the beast. You killed a different monster.
There's another one?
The zoo?
When I was up in the tower, I saw it take off across the rooftops. If we're lucky, maybe it'll move on.
Luck isn't something we've been blessed with lately.
All this talk isn't making us any safer. Let's just do what needs to be done.
Come find me later. My room's upstairs. I have something I'd like to talk to you about.
Yeah, okay. I formed my opinion on this game. If you enjoy Dying Light, this is a good game. I'm glad that I got this for free, because I would have been disappointed if I bought it. Not because it's a bad game, but because it's like... It's really, really hard to want to play Dying Light again once you've played the first two. I think the first one was really good because it was fresh. The second one was pretty good because it's like more the same. And then you go again for number 3, and it's like, do you really want to do number 3 again? With all the same problems, too, right? Again, it's the same problems of you go really, like, very, very quickly, very fast, going horizontally. Then you go very, very slowly when you need to go vertically. And then the challenges are really linear, and then the questing is really linear. But until you're done the questing, the game doesn't really open up. But then when it opens up, there's nothing for you to do. It's like, it's such a weird problem that this game has. And yet, it's the only game of its type. So is it really that bad? I don't know. Hover over the cutlass, press F, sure. Modifying adds elemental effects to weapons. There's also this thing too, with the game. I don't know why it has this, but it has a Warframe-style weapon system, which is kind of cool. It is kind of interesting to be able to do things like, I don't know, you now have a a mushroom weapon that does mushroom damage.
Just blow your head off. You're not going to be the one doing the cleaning, right? Here I am, pulling this asshole's brain out of the fucking joints.
Spare me.
I wonder if this is what
Egoists should take a rope and go outside instead.
Put yourself in his shoes, though.
His shoes? He literally put me on his friggin' brain.
I wonder if this is what cops and nurses sound like. Because at some point, it's like you're so desensitized to it that you just sort of go like, "Ah, fuck."
Someone at the town hall got bit and took his own life.
Versus like, "Oh my
Would you
god,
have
this is
any
a terrible thing,"
antizin
right?
here?
Antizin's a relic from the past. It was just a suppressant. People were still turning. And it ran out years ago.
So, getting bit means it's over.
UV light can buy some time. But you never know when it'll happen.
So do I.
Maybe.
Yeah. Again, it's not a bad game. I think if you've never played Dying Light, I think this is a good introduction to the game because it's a genuinely interesting environment. Everything feels so zoomed in, and I don't know why. What?
Feel safer here whenever you're nearby.
It's like, even for a Dying Light fan, it's sort of like, it's still the same issues I remember seeing before in the other games that made me feel like I didn't want to play it anymore because at some point it felt like I was just trying to fight the system to make it work for me. So it's like, again, caveat. Just be aware of that caveat, and then maybe it might be good for you. You imagine this happening every week, you would be pissed too. I mean, that's the thing, right? If you work at the hospital, this probably happens every single day. Like, of the people who get mad the most, who I think have the most reason to be, it'd be doctors, nurses, and the janitor. Because I feel like they have some really rough stuff to deal with, and like it happens all the time. And they're like, again? Really? Right? Why is there... Oh, right. Microphone for sermons. Wait, no, it's not a sermon. This is a town hall. Anyways, I'm done with this game. I'm actually done today, too. Again, thank you, Athel and Red, for raiding, which means that I can't raid you. I was hoping to make the time, actually. The problem with everybody that I know being on European time, right, means that I can't raid any of you because it's more convenient for you to raid me. Like, that's the time zone problem. If we were all on one time zone, this wouldn't be a problem. Then I could just raid anybody, and it'd be A-okay. And now I open Twitch to find someone to raid, and my computer's dying. I like this game. I also don't like this game. It's just, I would need to be in a specific mood to want to play more Dying Light with its specific issues, right? Again, exploration feels hampered in many ways because there's this like story going on the entire time. The climbing is so finicky and annoying that when it works, it's fine, but more often than not, it can feel more like you're fighting the system. And then also, you know, the gameplay itself, the combat, like this insistence on boss fights where they don't belong, it's just so painful. Like, I don't want to fight a zombie boss. I like, let me, I like to run from a zombie, you know? I like to run from like people fighting people, like that's like fine. But zombie bosses that have 1,000,000 health, it's so boring. Like, just let me play Resident Evil, but I run inside the hallways. You know what I mean? Like, that's really all I'm asking for. Or just let me play Mirror's Edge, where I get to run around the entire time. You know what I mean? Like, and then with like really cool urban in environments, running away from zombies, which is nice. Like, but not in an annoying way. And then let me not have to like find items to craft things. And then it's like, okay, well, you know, because it's like so tedious. I did play in the hard mode. That is true. Like, playing on the easier mode sort of changes the way that you play, because then it becomes much more bearable. It's way easier to get through those boss fights. But even then, it's sort of like, what is the point of the modes then, right? Like, because then you have to ask yourself, if the boss is so easy that you can kill it in one shot, and then you can ignore the problem entirely, what's the point of even having the boss? Does Europe not have doorknobs? Teehee, time zones are great for us, says the person going to sleep. I still have a whole day ahead of me. I still got too many chores to do. My day isn't done yet. Anyways, bye everyone. If you enjoyed this game, go get it, but you don't have to. I don't think you should, unless you really have never played Dying Light 1. In which case, or Dying Light 2. In which case, it is worth it. I will see you all tomorrow, and thank you for joining in on the accountability circle. I'm glad that everyone had a good time staying accountable. I'll update you all on Discord about the next time that we're going to meet. I have to quit this game now because it's lagging me and I can't do anything before I quit the game. I'm just gonna Alt F4. It's taking too long. If I click the quit game button and it takes longer to open the menu than it does to Alt F4 the game, I'm just gonna Alt F4. Bye everyone. Have a good night, and I'll see you all next time.